do you analyze without comparison? Because when you come and learn, one come and sorrow, you don't compare. Why do you have to compare? How do you analyze?
Wọ́n lè fẹ́ dájàlẹ̀.
Mi ò dájàlẹ̀, mo ṣiṣẹ́ tèmi. Tọ́wọ́ lè fẹ́ lọ jà. Problem tí wọ́n nìyẹn.
Wọ́n ní product pé èwo lẹ́yìn God ti ṣe rí. Àwọn nǹkan tó máa ń kọ́.
Fantastic.
Atunde bí a ṣe ń dé ẹ káàbọ̀ sí Àgbàlẹ̀tù lénìí Afin ní àlejò mi because from the last edition àwọn èèyàn sọ pé wọ́n enjoy yín gan gidi gbogbo àwọn analysis yẹn wọ́n náà gbádùn ẹ̀ gan gidi pé we should try to make it a regular. Okay, I'm gonna try. Afin yóò ráàyè. Afin busy. Èmi mo ní time. But nǹkan tá Afin ní èmi ò ní. So a máa ń láti máa dúró nígbà tí Tolu Fagbure bá wà rárá.
Ẹ̀yin lẹ lómi èmi mo ní àjọ̀dún lára.
All right now.
Hoodie to hoodie.
Hoodie to hoodie. Àgbàlẹ̀tù to America.
To Americana. Americana. Mi mọ nǹkan tó wà ńbẹ̀ yòókù. Ó ṣáà Americana.
Wọ́n kọ rag, wọ́n kọ USA.
Àwọn náà mọ̀.
All right, so mi mọ̀ bóyá ẹnìkan tẹ́ fẹ́ sọ maybe from the last edition before.
Oh yes, please. It is important that pé kí n sọ pé lórí show yìí mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ń pè mí nítorí pé tá a bá sọ ẹni tó ṣe wá níkà ẹjẹ́ àṣẹ ẹni tó ṣe wá lóore gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ń bá mi sọ̀rọ̀ lẹ́yìn ìgbà tí a ti ṣe interaction lórí Àgbàlẹ̀tù yìí mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ yín o pàápàá jùlọ àwọn tó yẹ pé mo ti ti ara wọn ṣe iṣẹ́ kan àbí mi àwọn èèyàn bíi Ọlọ́run jù wọ́n Ọlọ́run tọba láti orílẹ̀-èdè Scotland United Kingdom mo ti ṣe script review fún lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ báyìí à ń ṣe stage play lọ́wọ́ tó ń kọ House of Glass film mi yẹ ká tún ṣe play ká tún ṣe film so stage play yẹn ń lọ a few days after my birthday is 13th of July èmi àti Wọlé Ṣóyínká àjọ wà ní so a ṣe play ní 16th of July ní Wọlé Ṣóyínká theatre ní Department of Theatre at UI àdèmàṣe ní Túndé Ọdúnládé Art Gallery ní 17th níjọ́ kejì July náà 6 p.m. so à ń ta tíkẹ́ẹ̀tì o ìpolówó ọjà tí a sanwó fún ẹ bá wa ra tíkẹ́ẹ̀tì mo hope pé kíní máa jáde before July 6.
Ajáde.
Ọpẹ́ o so ẹ bá wa ra tíkẹ́ẹ̀tì ní àríyá tíkẹ́ẹ̀tì House of Glass through Àgbàlẹ̀tù náà ni mo ṣe pàdé Ọlọ́run jù wọ́n Ọlọ́run tọba a wà ní industry kan náà kò ló travel a pàdé rí a sọ̀rọ̀ rí ẹni tó jẹ́ bí academic mentor professional mentor bàbá mi dáadáa ni Professor Ahmed Parker Yerima èèyàn dáadáa ni bàbá yẹn play wọn ni mo ṣe ní final year directing mi ní degree tí mo ṣe Demili mo sọ story Demili yẹn níbí báyìí so Juwon has been a good guy so many other people too but ṣẹ́rí ti Juwon yìí iṣẹ́ tèmi àti Juwon ṣe yìí ó pọ̀ bọ̀dá Mr. Adéwálé Olúgbóyèga náà láti London England wọ́n bá mi sọ̀rọ̀ wọ́n fẹ́ ṣe series wọ́n fẹ́ ṣe cinema àjòkò wọ́n tẹ̀ gbé mi sínú hòtẹ́ẹ̀lì nílá owó hòtẹ́ẹ̀lì yẹn pọ̀ gan so ká lè discuss he came in from the UK wọ́n dẹ̀ pè mí a sọ̀rọ̀ Jimmy the bald-headed guy náà láti UK wọ́n pè mí wọ́n sọ̀rọ̀ but I carry the down sí Oxygen Senior Oxygen Loyola College ni nǹkan tá a máa ń pè wọ́n ní Loyola ni Oxygen Senior Oxygen brother carry the down sí mo ti wá sí old Loyola boys ń sìn brother a máa pè àwọn brother carry the down sí láti orílẹ̀-èdè America àwọn náà reach out sí mi ọ̀rẹ́ mi sọmọ kíláàsì mi ní àbọ̀mọ school mi ní Àlàáfíà Institute Orogun Ọdún Adétọ̀nà òun náà reach out sí mi láti orílẹ̀-èdè America from the first edition làwọn èèyàn yẹn ti reach out sí mi so many people so iṣẹ́ ń wá ọ̀rọ̀ ń lọ reconnect ń ṣẹlẹ̀ lóríṣiríṣi àdúpẹ́ o àdúpẹ́ I am grateful mo dẹ̀ ń wo gbogbo comments náà and then àwọn errors tó wà ní last episode mo kọ síbẹ̀ pé mo take responsibility Ajani Ògún ní film Ọlábalógun tí Adelove star Adelove ló ṣe ìjà òmìnira ẹ mọ̀ pé mo sọ kí ni ẹ̀ máa ń sáré lórí èèyàn tí information bá ti pọ̀ jù gbà mí ó máa ń sá lọ gbà mí àrẹ sí dàgbà 50 làwọn lọ́kàn So I take responsibility. And then ẹnìkan náà sọ pé Blue Pictures pé wọ́n get Nolly fund. Ipò òun ṣiṣẹ́ ní Blue Pictures nígbà yẹn pé Blue Pictures did not get Nolly fund. That's true. But Blue Pictures wọ́n wá nígbà tí gbogbo àwọn people yẹn náà dìde, so wọ́n jọ wà ní. But Blue Picture was funded by Peace Odiete. So the person is also correct. So gbogbo àwọn point yẹn mo ní kí n sáré kásọ àtàwọn míì tí mi bá rántí ẹgbà bẹ́ẹ̀ bóyá ti sọ I am grateful. Mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ gbogbo èèyàn.
All right, now moving on for today. Mo fẹ́ ká ó ní nǹkan kan tí mo gbọ́ nípa industry yìí recently tí mo wò pé a kàn lè sọ̀rọ̀ nípa briefly or bí ó lè lead wa lọ sínú larger discussion. Now Netflix sọ wípé anybody tó bá fẹ́ fún àwọn ní films wípé wọn kàn lọ test ara wọn ní cinema náà.
Yes please.
Now ó wá dàbí ẹni pé gbogbo film àti èyí tí kò tiẹ̀ kó dé cinema gbogbo yẹn sì lọ wá láti lọ sí cinema. Ṣé kò ní máa sí ìjákulẹ̀ fún àwọn kan tó jẹ́ pé normally wọn ò tẹ̀ ní business pẹ̀lú cinema tẹ́kí bí i Netflix ni wọ́n kàn fẹ́ lọ straight up.
Ìjákulẹ̀ máa wà torí gbogbo nǹkan ló ní ṣísẹ̀ntẹ̀lé. Gbogbo èèyàn kọ́ ni a dá láti lè ṣe nǹkan tó mọ̀ ṣe níbi gbogbo. Ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ èèyàn ló lè ṣe irú iṣẹ́ tẹ̀ ń ṣe yìí. Interviewing, blogging, chit-chatting, but tí n bá sọ pé ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ló lè ṣe, a ní àwọn ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ èèyàn tó yẹ pé wọ́n ní knowledge àti ṣe. A ní àwọn èèyàn tó yẹ pé wọ́n ní skill láti ṣe. Ṣùgbọ́n a fún wọn ní àǹfààní láti ṣe. Kò sí nǹkan tó lè ṣe, wọn fún ẹ láǹfààní yẹn. Ṣùgbọ́n a lè fún ẹ ní àǹfààní pé tó bá rí Àgbàlẹ̀tù ẹ jọ ṣiṣẹ́ pọ̀. A fún Àgbàlẹ̀tù ní àǹfààní àti bẹ̀rẹ̀. Now I've gone a bit spiritual. Faith. Ẹ jẹ́ n kọ́kọ́ lọ faith. I've gone a bit spiritual now. Orí kò fún ẹlòmíì ní àǹfààní láti jẹ́ olùdásílẹ̀. Orí fún ẹlòmíì ní àǹfààní láti jẹ́ olùrànlọ́wọ́. Tó bá wá gbìyànjú láti jẹ́ olùdásílẹ̀, ìjákulẹ̀ ló máa bá pàdé. So ní láti mọ what your destiny is. Máa fún yín ní example tó pọ̀. I stand to be corrected. Ẹ jẹ́ kí n máa fi bẹ̀rẹ̀ tí máa ti fẹ́ sọ àwọn information. Ṣùgbọ́n information tí mo mọ̀, mo sì gbà bóyá Mr. Gamalel Olosode, bóyá bàbá ni ẹ ti kú, or bóyá ó wà láyé. I don't remember. Ṣùgbọ́n àwọn tó bá rántí kan sọ, but mo mọ èèyàn kan tó ń jẹ́ Gamalel Olosode tó ṣetán ní classics ní University of Ibadan. He was a prominent member, prominent supporter, prominent old boy or alumnus of UI. Mi ò rántí business kan tó sọ pé Gamalel Olosode ló ní up to date. Bóyá wọ́n wá lóòtẹ́ẹ̀lì, wọ́n wá ní, but bí màá yẹn ṣe, ó dà pé wọ́n wà lórí board Airtel, wọ́n wà lórí board Coca-Cola. I'm not, but I know that he was on the board of Airtel and some other blue chip companies. But mi ò rántí company, at least tó wà very prominent, tí wọ́n máa sọ pé Gamalel Olosode ló ní. A jẹ́ pé a fún Gamalel Olosode ní corporate know-how láti wà lórí àwọn iṣẹ́ tí wọ́n ti dá sílẹ̀ kí wọ́n dẹ̀ ṣe tó dẹ̀ máa ṣiṣẹ́ dé board level. Now ẹ má ṣì mí gbọ́, ó lè ní investment, that is equity nínú ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ companies. But pé kó wá start company from scratch, mi ò ní record ẹ̀. Ẹ má yẹ kí n sọ pé kò dá sílẹ̀. Bí mo ṣe ń sọ̀rọ̀ lọ́wọ́ yìí, mi ò ní record pé Gamalel Olosode dá company kankan sílẹ̀. Ṣùgbọ́n ó fẹ́ má sí blue chip company, multinational company or company kan tó torí ẹ̀ wà ńbẹ̀ tó make sense nígbà tí Gamalel Olosode ń wà ní corporate world tí ọwọ́ bàbá yẹn ò touch. So we didn't àrí company mọ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ Dangote rèé àwọn nǹkan tí Dangote bẹ̀rẹ̀ Mike Adenuga nìyẹn Ọ̀túnba Mike Adenuga Dr. Mike Adenuga àmọ́ oríṣiríṣi iléeṣẹ́ tí wọ́n bẹ̀rẹ̀ àwọn ètò bẹ̀rẹ̀ tí wọ́n lọ tó bẹ̀ Defcon àwọn náà ṣe Defcon Merchant Bank defunct àwọn náà ṣe ETB kó tó di pé wọ́n wá match and ETB was a one-man bank for a long time.
Equatorial Trust.
Yes, Equatorial Trust Bank is or was ETB was a one-man bank before the merger with Sterling Bank. So there was no time that ETB was a public liability, company. It was a sole ownership company. He didn't sell shares. He didn't do anything. Àwọn èèyàn kan wà tá fún ní tí business wọn bá ń kún máa gbé mi dìde. Look at Ọ̀túnba Fẹ́mi Ọ̀tẹ́dọ́lá àbí Mr. Fẹ́mi Ọ̀tẹ́dọ́lá nǹkan tó like orúkọ rẹ̀. Bí business kan ṣe ń kú tó bá ti lọ wọ́n máa gbé e lọ wọ́n tún máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ míì ó tún máa lọ jẹ́ chairman míì ó tún máa so àfihàn àwọn yẹn ni so àwọn kan wà tó jẹ́ pé àfiṣẹ́ pé kí wọ́n ṣe sinimá lára wọn ó ní level tá a ti fi rán wọn however kádàrá ṣe é change tó bá aspire láti dé àwọn ibì kan ó lè gbìyànjú pé àní mi ìfẹ́ operate the level yìí kò deal pẹ̀lú ẹ̀ so I want to go to practical now mo ti sọ spiritual mo ti sọ faith now mo fẹ́ sọ practical tó bá ń ṣe sinimá tó bá bẹ̀rẹ̀ sinimá wàá bẹ̀rẹ̀ láti ibì kan even kí bàbá ẹ kó jẹ́ Elon Musk if your father is Elon Musk tí wọ́n sọ pé ní ìsìn pé he is the world's first trillionaire tó kówó fún ẹ tó o bá bẹ̀rẹ̀ láti cinema film ó ṣeé ṣe as in high budget film pé ibẹ̀ yẹn ló ti fẹ́ lọ bẹ̀rẹ̀ ó ṣeé ṣe kó o lana mi sọ pé wàá lana ó ṣeé ṣe kó o lana ìdí rèé wọ́n èé jọ́ǹpù sínú iṣẹ́ kò ṣiṣẹ́ tí ò ní kíkọ́ so ó ní bó ṣe máa tó you need to understand the industry so ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ èèyàn wà nínú sinima tó fẹ́ ṣe sinima ẹ̀ tó jẹ́ pé wọn ò ní capacity láti ṣe sinima and when I say capacity it's not just capacity pé it's not just financial capacity content capacity ò sí ńbẹ̀ emotional capacity ò sí ńbẹ̀ tí n bá sọ pé emotional capacity ò ṣe sinima wọ́n gbé sinima ẹ̀ wọ́n lo politics fún ẹ wọ́n sọ sinima ẹ̀ sẹ́yìn gbà nígbà tó sọ sẹ́yìn tán wọ́n kàn tún sọ síta ní gbò ó wá bọ́ sórí social media ó fi gbé ta
òǹjà òǹsùnkún
you don't have emotional capacity who does business like that some time ago Bolaji Ogunmola was in Akure àbí Ekiti she wanted to film she went to film ó wá fẹ́ padà sékòó ó book flight bóyá plane òṣìṣẹ́ wọ́n reschedule flight kò lọ so ó dẹ̀ ló ní shoot lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ ó wá bọ́ sórí social media ó wá sọ fún wa ó wá ní and you have a shoot in Lagos right now ẹ jọ kí ni ká ṣe sí kí ni kémi ṣe sí kí ni kí wọ́n ṣe sí ìwọ ni business person tó ti mọ nǹkan tó kó sórí shoot yẹn now so hire a car hire some soldiers hire guards hire mobile policemen tó bá yẹ pé ẹ̀rù ọ̀nà ló ń bá ẹ̀ látèkìtì hire àwọn kan lead yẹn now or hire helicopter now so it depends on how important that investment is to you sometimes only láti know overboard to get your investment so that it doesn't die by the way you should have miscellaneous you should have contingent spending if you are doing those kind of things but if you now come on social media and you cry at me that's because you don't have emotional capacity there's nothing I can do about it there's nothing the public will do to cinemas kò sí nǹkan tí public máa ṣe sí cinema tí wọ́n ju film ẹ sí abẹ́ tíà Because most of them don't understand how to do politics. You are dealing with executives. You have to only to play boardroom politics. Most of these guys don't play boardroom politics. But birthday any year. In case they don't know, I'm telling you, these are tricks that we have played. What birthday? I want to one in charge. What birthday? My birthday gift to my run. My hand pass to my drop from cinema executives. But when our managers don't say scheduling. When was the time you just called one way? My brother, she dada lewa o, she wapa, she dada. E je ka jẹ lunch. O ka wa to gbe yin lọ lunch o ti yi gago. Ni wọ́n bá bí ta wa e je ka fún yín lunch. Bó ti ẹ ṣe yín wọ́n àti ẹ̀fọ́ kan ke ti ẹ. It will shock you. Wọ́n máa wá kì í ṣe pé torí pé ni èrò owó jẹun. Ó mọ̀ pé ó náwó pálí sóhun ni ó mú wọ́n mọ̀ ṣé ìyẹn lẹ́ni ẹ̀ ò jẹ́rí ni àbí ẹdìyẹ ìtàn ẹdìyẹ ni ò jẹ́rí. Pálí ni ẹ̀rín ṣe nǹkan kan bẹ́ẹ̀ ẹ kàn tẹ́ bá kàn rí wọn ní premier ẹ káṣọ sọ́rùn ẹ bá ṣe gbó kíní ẹ kàn disappear. Ẹ bá rí wọn, you call them, you greet them, and then you just bump into their office. How to do corporate governance? Ó ní nǹkan tó ń pè ní PR. Èèyàn mélòó nínú cinema budget wọn yẹn nínú cinema marketing wọn yẹn ná yọ owó PR. When you walk into a city, just even on a greeting, tó bá kàn greet èèyàn, just walk into the city, just go and see the cinema manager of the cinema branch that is there. Ẹ ṣáà ti wá ṣe meet and greet rí. Ẹ kàn yà pé àníkà kíyìn ni o, ṣé dáadáa lẹ́wà. Àwọn boys tó wà ń bẹ̀, àwọn kí tó wà ń bẹ̀, can you just roger them something? Mi sọ pé àbẹ̀tẹ́lẹ̀, this is not àbẹ̀tẹ́lẹ̀. Kì í ṣe àbẹ̀tẹ́lẹ̀ lílé yìí. This is PR.
Public relations.
Public relations ni. So you don't do that, you just disappear. And then when you need a favor, to ask you need a favor, what day? Are you kidding me? I want to schedule film where ṣé mo bí tó ti jọ jókòó ni? Ṣé mo bí tó ti jọ jẹ ni? Ṣé mo bí tó ti jọ mu ni? Ṣé mo nǹkan tó ti jọ ṣe? Ṣé mo ọ̀rọ̀ tó ti jọ sọ? Ó dàbí kí èèyàn kan wá kí fẹ́ ṣe nǹkan nísìn. I remember Agbaletu normally. Okay, so when I come now and I remember you, somebody wants the same favor. Ẹni yẹn fẹ́ irú favor tèmi lè gbà lọ́wọ́ yín or tẹ́yin lè gbà lọ́wọ́ mi. Ẹ máa wò pé bo lélẹ́yìí ti wá now. Because when you do me a favor, I owe you one. When I do you a favor, you owe me one. It's an unspoken rule. It's an unspoken. Kì í ṣe pé màá sọ pé you owe me one. Irọ́. Gbogbo wa la mọ̀. So almost sọ pé these guys don't have the capacity. They don't have the commercial capacity. Ambeleta say Katwa Lossi Kunkun Lushe Gagan. A lot of them don't have one artistic capacity. Capacity is emotional capacity, financial capacity, commercial capacity, PR capacity. Artistic. Ìyẹn gangan ni iṣẹ́ fíìmù gangan. Irú fíìmù wo ni lọ cinema? Irú story wo la kọ fún cinema? Irú àwọn actor wo la pè fún cinema? Láàrin industry gan, àwọn kan ò ní PR gan láàrin àwọn actor tó máa lọ cinema. Ẹnìkan bá mi sọ̀rọ̀ ní àná. Ó send script kan sí mi. Ó wá ní ara àwọn èèyàn mi tí a pàdé lórí Àgbàlẹ́tù yìí náà ni tó tán pàdé mi. Àjọ ń sọ̀rọ̀ film. Rárá ni fíìmù yìí o kálábàáyà èlò ní òjẹ́ lójẹ́ mo dẹ̀ sọ iye tí ó jẹ́. Ó ní mo ní sọ̀rọ̀ àwọn tó dárúkọ ni. Ẹ má yẹn dárúkọ wọn. Mo ní sọ̀rọ̀ àwọn tó dárúkọ wọn. Mo ní yàtọ̀ fún owó iṣẹ́ wọn tó gọbọi. Right? Àwọn èèyàn tó ní kí n pè yìí wọn lè dúró sóòtẹ́ẹ̀lì ẹjọ́ ẹ bá mi sùn síbẹ̀. Okay? So ẹ yá ká sọ pé a fi wọ́n sóòtẹ́ẹ̀lì bíi the Willow's Nest ní Bódìjà, which is ìyàrá tó kéré jù níbẹ̀ is 90,000 naira per night. So tó bá dẹ̀ máa lo 10 nights lórí set, that's 900,000 naira out of the budget of one person. That is just accommodation. And some people will not go less. That is just. Now, tí ẹni yẹn torí àwọn nǹkan tá a ti ṣe rí ni. Tí ẹni yẹn bá go haywire lórí set bóyá àkọ́kọ́ bínú, ọkọ̀ sọ̀rọ̀, ó kàn bínú tó bá débẹ̀. Tó bá kàn yọ sí pé ọkọ̀ ẹ̀kọ́lẹ̀ ẹ máa dá ọ̀gá ẹ̀sìn ẹ̀ ló jàre. No, but mo mọ̀ pé wọ́n máa wà professional tó bá dé máa dá wọn lé o. Bá ń wá lọ bá mi rẹ ẹnẹ́sì kan wá. Ọkọ̀ àwọn ọ̀rẹ́ yẹ ká fẹ́ ẹnẹ́sì ṣe ọ̀rẹ́. Ẹnẹ́sì tó plan fún. Bá mi ra VSOP kan wá nǹkan tó plan fún. Wá ọmọ KFC ọmọ chicken bucket wọn tó máa ní 21 ṣé wọ́n ta half ẹnìkan wọ́n lè ta quarter half wọ́n ta half yẹn wọ́n ta half yẹn ẹ̀rẹ̀mọ̀ tẹ́ bá máa ra chicken bucket ní KFC ẹ̀mọ̀ yẹn tó jẹ́ unplanned orí budget kì í ṣàkóso mi máa ti yọ orí budget production ni PR ni mo máa ń tọkàn ó lè bìrì sọ pé ewédú ń tutù.
Really?
Yeah, a sọ fún ẹ pé ewédú pé òun ti sọ fún wọn pé why then ẹnìkan máa sọ àwọn actor mi lè sọ fún ẹ pé wọ́n kàn gbóúnjẹ wá sínú yàrá mi wọ́n kàn drop ẹ̀ níbo ni kàn drop ẹ̀ sí wọn kú why you ask me that kind of question níbo ni kàn drop ẹ̀ sí wọn lè wá mi ní wà lórí set wọ́n dẹ̀ drop oúnjẹ fáwọn èèyàn wọ́n dẹ̀ wò pé kọ́ máa and then they take it and then they bring it back. Kẹ́tà gbóúnjẹ lọ kó wá gbé padà wá gbàtẹ́ yìí máa dé níbi 10. The most sensible thing is to put it in your room. And when we come back, if it's cold, you call the PM or PA or somebody.
Microwave.
And gladly, you know, we can do that in the hotel. All right, why would you put it in the room? I don't want this food. And if I don't eat tonight, say at 11 ṣeré lọ́la kò ní jẹun jẹ.
Check on high-handedness on the part of the
brother me. Whatever you like it, call it. It is here, it is abroad, it is everywhere. It's not about Nigeria.
It's happening.
It is star power everywhere. How to deal with the stars, you have to producer. Manage the star ni. Tó bá lọ approach star pẹ̀lú. This is my production. This is my production. And it is whatever I want that gets done. It is true. Nobody is contesting that. But do not forget that if you bring some caliber of artists on your set, some caliber of crew self on your set, you have to collaborate. As professionals, they know the extent of their shenanigans. They know it. But sometimes they go overboard. And 2 wrongs at that time will not make it right. You know why? You, as a producer, you will only lose. So, if you like, continue to prove point until your money goes down the drain. So, you have to manage the person. That's on the budget. So, Toba refuse I am paying for food that is going to be absolutely 10 times more the food that they have brought. Because Abashi plate is 7,000 or 5,000. So, but Obama decide that he only decide go to Johnny Matters kitchen. Because you need the bagger on your set near 8 a.m. So you need the person to go to bed happy and wake up happy and come and deliver your set. So I can get off your set quickly. So you run to Master's Kitchen, or you run to Ultima, or you run to Shadi's, or you run to one of the like Chinese. I want to see like Chinese for me. Right? Like Chinese, stone, Chinese. It's on the budget. When you are running with some artists, you have to learn how to handle them. You have to learn how to work with them. And that's why you need a lot of partnerships. When we were shooting Awaladu Day, we were shooting Borokini, we were shooting Family First. MOS spa partnerships standing. We have spa partnerships. We have beauty treatment partnerships. We have cosmetic partnerships. We have clothes partnerships. We have hotel accommodation partnerships. How did you think we put actors in Owu Crown Hotel for 35 to 40 days when we were shooting Family First? Our first major drama shoot, that's a Rare Edge startup. Do you think we plucked money from the trees? No. It was a partnership. What did it cost us? It cost us the cost. It was the cost of shooting a whole television commercial. Among other things. We filmed and that was the first television commercial that the Owu Crown Hotel had. They never had any before that. I stand corrected. So you need to understand how to write proposals. I told you on this set, I chased Carlton Gate Hotel partnership for 5 months. I was calling the ND at the time, Fumifato Beru, for 5 months. I will call, I will text, I will email. Láàárọ̀, lọ́sàn, lálẹ́, ìrọ̀lẹ́jọ́ kan ló pè mí pé Mr. Fagbure, I have been a bad person. Can we see this evening? In the middle of a shoot that I'm directing. So I had to tell my associate, who is the executive producer and the CEO of Rare Edge. I had to go and do this final scene we wait. We will go together. Why is he wanted to be there so that we lock that deal down? And he's good in the boardroom. I'm good in the boardroom too. But of course, he worked in the bank, and so of course I would say that he's tighter. When he sees some signals, business signals, he knows what to tell me. I may miss them because I didn't work in the corporate boardroom sense of it. But he did. So, Ajao, because he didn't want us to miss it. That's how we got about a 40 or 60-day deal with Carlton Gate Hotel. So you must understand how to get these deals. And these deals are not just... you will never see me or see any of my associates say, no, we don't do that kind of thing. We don't do one from no. Everything is corporate. We send you a proposal. We send you letters. We integrate you into the content. Content. Product placement. You are laughing at them. Nígbà tí mo wo Ìràpadà Kúnlé Afọláyan ní 2006. Ẹni tó bá rántí film yẹn, ó níbi kan ní up north ni tí wọ́n ṣiṣẹ́ lórí site. So Kúnlé Afọláyan was on the set. So òun àti manager ẹ̀ wọ́n jọ ń sọ̀rọ̀. Ó ní ṣé àwọn people yẹn ti wá já cement. Bẹ́ẹ̀ni ẹ ti sọ pé àwọn náà ni wọ́n dẹ̀ wọ́n kàn pull out for long shot ni. So Kúnlé dúró báyìí, manager ẹ̀ dúró báyìí, Dangote truck kan driving ni. Ẹ wá rí Dangote mú ní wàá ṣeré. Kò sọ pé iléeṣẹ́ Dangote àwọn ni wọ́n máa ń ṣe cement tó dájú. No. Ṣé àwọn people yẹn ti wá já cement? Ẹ wo báyìí sọ láyẹn. Ṣé àwọn people yẹn ti wá já cement yẹn? Wọ́n ti wá àwọn náà ni àwọn lóde àkàn driving ni truck yẹn dẹ̀ driving. Wọ́n dẹ̀ pull out a long shot. Kúnlé dẹ̀ dúró báyìí. Kúnlé Afọlá in the character. I forgot the name of the character. Ó dúró báyìí. Manager yẹn dúró báyìí. Truck yẹn dẹ̀ driving báyìí. Ó driving. So wọ́n dẹ̀ mú shot yẹn. Dangote in between them.
So wọ́n sọ pé Dangote cement.
Is any blind person can see that? Are you kidding me? A blind person will know that now. Pé ó ṣe product placement ayé. Mi gbọ́ pé àwọn náà fún wa ní cement tó dájú láyé. You can't do that kind of film and put it on into cinema. Ọmọ mi sọ pé wọ́n ní artistic capabilities. So Netflix mọ nǹkan tó ń sọ. Because ṣé àwọn akẹ́yìn náà sọ ń bíbá yìí pé nígbà tá à ń sọ̀rọ̀ Netflix tẹ̀fín sọ fún mi pé a lot of rubbish ó wà ń bẹ̀. Mo dẹ̀ sọ fún yín gbà yẹn wípé they also have to cater for different strata. But àwọn náà ṣe recalibration. Wọ́n recheck pé is this worth it? So wọ́n scale back ni. Netflix did not leave Nigeria. No, contrary to what everybody is saying, Netflix is law. Netflix is law.
Market wọn bí.
Netflix ò lè law. MOD, a fẹ́ràn entertainment gan. So Netflix ò lè law. The market is here. However, they had to scale back on production budget, on content licensing budget, especially because it was beginning to become an all-commerce affair. So Netflix, they want your YouTube. So one scale back. One scale back especially because one for any 100 million, one deliver a project is 25 million. Could make sense now. So they said, okay, you know what? Go and shoot your film. It's not because we don't want to do business with you, but go and shoot your film. That was the process from the scratch. You shoot your film, you do well in cinema. Before you see cinema, not cinema. Scale, licensing, or whatever payment they want to give to you. So lọ ṣiṣẹ́ wa now, kí ló wá fa complain? Tó bá show fún ẹ, lọ ṣiṣẹ́. Because everybody grew lazy. COVID loaded for anyways. There was heavy reliance of entertainment on the VOD, video on demand distribution, with Netflix, Amazon Prime, àti bẹ́ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ. So that's COVID law. All continue to enjoy patronage, but I did because to yẹ our abuse it. Because to bá yẹ pé I continue to churn out quality, right? Churn out quality and push the consumers there. Because Netflix is low, they don't push their consumers to see it. Okay, Ajao bí ní béèrè kan. Nígbà tí wọ́n ya fíìmù ní Netflix, tí Netflix kó lẹ̀, èèyàn mélòó lẹ rí tó jó?
Kò sí jó, kò ní ìdíjó.
Because
wọ́n believe Netflix máa push nǹkan yẹn. So what they push it.
That is irresponsibility. You see, that's irresponsibility. Why don't you help Netflix to have consumer base? Kó lè rówó mi gbà. Tó bá help wọn láti push audience. Ìmọ̀ náà fẹ́ kówó mi fún ẹ.
But was there any time Netflix tí wọ́n complain wípé kò sí viewership lórí àwọn Nigerian movies ni?
Do you know what a corporate organization is? They won't come out wailing. Anybody who is doing corporate governance, corporate running, why wail? The corporate circle is not a wailing circle. It's an action circle.
Statistics no matter what.
Wọ́n kàn máa wo boardroom tó bá ti jókòó ni. Máyà kan decide life for any boardroom o, because òní síbẹ̀. Perspective àwọn tó bá ti jókòó síbẹ̀ ni. Except there is another perspective in the room that favours you. Tí perspective ni tí o bá ti ní perspective to favour ẹ, tí gbogbo àwọn board yẹn tó bá ti decide life ẹ ti lọ nìyẹn o. Òun ni wọ́n ṣe ń play boardroom politics. So you have someone in the board, you have someone in the board. You have 2 people in the board. You have 3 people in the board. You have 4 people in the board. You have 5 people in the board. You want controlling shares. You want to say at the table.
Báwo làwọn tó ń ṣe dáadáa ní Netflix?
Yeah.
Ó like pé àfi bẹ́ẹ̀ ní iṣẹ́ púpọ̀ mi ò mọ̀, but the last time I checked, àwọn A-listers wa wọn ò sí ní Amazon Prime bẹ́ẹ̀ torí return on whatever owó ò sí púpọ̀ mẹ́, but lórí Netflix báwo làwọn Fẹ́mi Adébáyọ̀, Fúnkẹ́ Akíndélé báwo làwọn ṣe ń ṣe tí wọ́n enjoy ẹ̀?
Good.
Ṣé Netflix originals ṣì wà?
Sherry.
2 questions.
First, to answer that your question, whether Netflix original ṣì wà. Netflix original ṣì wà. But ó ti wà more difficult láti get ni. Okay. Netflix just released ibi tó bá ti sí òsì ni, sáàkù tó bá ti sí òsì ni, ibi táwọn èèyàn ti kéré ra wọn release Blood Sisters 2. Ẹ̀wá ní kò sí Netflix original. Kẹtẹ bá play Blood Sisters 2 nísìn, kí ni logo tó kọ́kọ́ bá play?
Netflix.
Náà.
Bí a deal wọn ò tí ì parí from the first.
Láti ọdún yìí.
Kò má tà.
When they did what you shoot, they can cancel it. It's corporate governance thing. I cancel it down. Lè mú wọn sí. On every contract lè mí kọ jẹun. láì jọ táyé tèmi ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ produce contract yẹn ó yá sí mi lọ́wọ́ mo mọ ọkọ̀ bàyẹ̀ bàjẹ́ ìgbà tó yá wọ́n tún wá lọ ṣe ChatGPT so ó jẹ́ kí iṣẹ́ mi easy prompt ni jẹgẹjẹgẹjẹgẹ mo mọ ọkọ̀ normally so mo mọ prompt tí máa fún ChatGPT
tá a
fi gbé so màá gbà lẹ́nu ẹ̀ màá kọ so iṣẹ́ tí n bá kọ in 3 hours I can do it in 30 minutes you must understand those tools in the contract here there's always an exit clause every contract has an exit clause this contract can be terminated by either parties mutual discussion mo fẹ́ terminate iṣẹ́ yìí ní ìṣe mọ́ yẹn wọ́n ní why they fẹ́ terminate it because so tọ́rọ̀ yẹn ò bá dẹ̀ lọ pé fẹ́ lọ plus and minus terminate it ẹ jẹ́ ká mo ti wà lórí iṣẹ́ kan rí náà mo ti wà lórí iṣẹ́ definite silence I can mention it because chief is my person I was on definite silence the definite silence it's an exhibitional film it's not a commercial film. Chief is an educator. Chief Kole Fajobi is an educator who's interested in film. Wọ́n fẹ́ fi film, wọ́n fẹ́ fi sọ ọ̀rọ̀ moral sínú ayé. So he said, if I'm talking about virginity, I cannot go and bring actors to just play àti history wọn ní gbòòrò to come and play virginity. He hoped to go to the cinema, but eventually he said, no. Owó yẹn kọ́ ló máa pa mí. Let me make it an exhibition film. Film that máa fi ṣe exhibition. When we were filming it, àwọn kan ló kọ́ bá wọn bẹ̀rẹ̀ kémi tó dé kí wọ́n bá wọn direct it. So the process of doing this and that, we were filming, we were at Outrage and we were filming. And somebody just said something, some of the guys that he had hired just did something that pissed him off. And the man just went and said, look here, you know what? Shebi is my money. I'm not filming again. At that time, I think he had committed in 2019, he had committed over 4 million naira. And he said, it's my money. I'm not doing it again. So I kept quiet. I followed him into the lounge. And I sat him down. When I sat him down, and I said, Chief, I don't know. I just meet him, I just get to know each other. But from the little thing of monk buying, kì í ṣe èèyàn tó máa ń bẹ̀rẹ̀ nǹkan tó máa pàtì. Wọ́n fi ń jẹ aṣíwájú ọmọ ọ̀dẹ̀ òmu. Ó ní ìdí tó fi ń jẹ aṣíwájú. Táṣíwájú bá padà, kí làwọn ọmọ ẹlẹ́yìn máa ṣe? Ẹni padà, ó máa jọ bẹ́ẹ̀ ni. But ẹni padà, mo understand nǹkan tẹ́ ń sọ. Mo understand frustration yìí. Mo understand nǹkan táwọn people yìí tó ń jẹ́ kẹ́ ṣe. But ẹni padà. If you can promise me that money, Chief, I promise you, we'll get it done. Okay, let's go on. That was a contract that he could have terminated. He would have terminated it. But I went into that discussion with a different perspective. I tried to talk him. He could have insisted and said no. He could have. And since I don't have a stake in it, he's not owing me anything. We'll go. But I went into that discussion and he saw reasons with me. I will move on. That's how a contract is. Only Germany on the moment decide to pay me a shame now. And even as a director, I can say, look, I'd rather walk away from here. And the man will call me, come. What's going on? Kilo ṣẹlẹ̀. A lè sọ now, tí màá dẹ̀ ṣe remain. Níbẹ̀, àìmọye àwọn èèyàn tó ti drop resignation. Tí màá ní màá pé wá kilo ṣẹlẹ̀. Ṣé official car ni? Jẹ́ ká fún ẹ. No, official car kọ́, ojú kan náà ni mo wà láti jọ ẹ̀. Ẹ sọ pé máa ṣe léyìí fún mi. Ẹ sọ pé mo fẹ́ lọ ṣe PhD mi. Ẹ jẹ́ kí n ṣe time. Mo fẹ́ lọ ṣe masters mi. Ẹ jẹ́ kí n follow up. Ẹ sọ pé máa fún mi ní expense paid holiday to anywhere in the world. Okay. Jẹ́ ká bẹ̀rẹ̀ pẹ̀lú holiday yẹn. Má worry. Ìgbò ló fẹ́ lọ báyìí ká fún ẹ holiday yẹn báyìí. You discuss it. So a contract is ongoing. So a contract can be terminated, it can be reopened, it can be so even if it's subsisting from season 1, which I doubt, it will be terminated with the others. Ẹ̀gbọ́n kan tí kò lè sọ pé Ọlọ́run ló ní káwọn ti shoot àwọn seasons yẹn. Anikulapo. Otherwise, if Kule can say that, they'll terminate it. But over time, when you get into the boardroom with these people, you can change the mind of people to do. Let's do it for Mo. Let's do it for Dele. You know, Dele is our own. Let's do it. And we have a clause that says that if we find this, we can do it. So if they are your people, they just call you. You.
Now,
No negotiation.
Who are those people that have proven themselves, Pelu, either Netflix or even cinema?
Oh, Mo is one. Mo Abudu is one.
But Taloshe Chief Daddy too.
Mo Abudu.
There was a backlash after Chief Daddy too.
There was a backlash to me. The film then saw a backlash. But the fact is, it opened the door for the spate of all these family comedies. Àwọn ọmọ òní náà, àwọn ọmọ lọ ní deal, àwọn ọmọ lọ pe Netflix wá now. Don't forget, let me take you back to Tinapa, Ebony Life TV, ní Tinapa. Yeah, wetin Tinapa náà sì lọ bẹ̀rẹ̀. Kò ní kí wọ́n move Seko. So once you Ebony Life TV, you will see that Mo has not stopped. And I will tell you how she has not stopped. Tó bá Netflix sọ̀rọ̀ wọ́n máa gbọ́ now. Màdé sọ di fún yín. Wọ́n ṣe Ebony Life TV, and she understood the fact that to keep a TV going, the first thing you need to keep going is to hook people on. And what is that content that will hook people on? It is not magazine, it is not news, it is not entertainment, it is drama. So Mo shot a lot of serial dramas. So Ebony Life TV, to bá ti ń tune by, one drama is finishing, another is, there are lifestyle shows, but big drama kan ṣe parí nìkan, you will stay hooked until she came with Ebony Life Films. She started with 50. Ìyẹn lánàá. Because word on the street, word in the grapevine, wọ́n shoot for UK audience, for audience òyìnbó.
Okay.
Audience òyìnbó gan, ó lànà Nigeria, ó lànà ní UK.
Cultural clash, right?
Yeah,
cultural clash.
You can't do film for òyìnbó. You have to do for your people. They will not òyìnbó will not appreciate it. So fẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ bí òyìnbó kó, so fẹ́ ṣe culture òyìnbó kó dàbí òyìnbó. Olóyè dá padà sí Chief Daddy. Mo ti gbàgbé film tó ṣe lẹ́yìn 50 yẹn ṣá, but she did another film. I don't know if it is Chief Daddy that did after 50, but I forgot it. Please, everybody, don't come for me. I don't remember.
Taloni Wedding Party.
Yeah, I think it's the wedding party. Yeah, okay. You know, she did that, and she faced out the TV. She faced out. She didn't go talk scale back near. Oh, great film, TV. Oh, face out TV. And Ebony Life, I was one of the persons that said, "Yeah, Ebony Life Ebony Life TV face out Jesus Christ." But she knew what she was doing. She knew what she wanted. If you sit down with Mo, maybe Mo can explain why. She faced it out and focused on films, drama content, faced out the TV. And she was doing Netflix, she was doing cinema, she was doing Netflix, she was doing the VOD platform. And when Netflix went off, Mo didn't stop. And she didn't go to YouTube. Because I've told people, putting films on YouTube is erecting mansion on rented land. They determine what you do. So Mo went to Ebony Life On Plus, an app where you subscribe and watch her content. She went and created her own VOD platform. Now that is Inyelento serious to make a business. Netflix still low abi. Okay, you give me now create your app me. So ó kàn ṣe Ebony Life On Plus ni. Ó dẹ̀ ń polówó ẹ̀. Ó lè máa pariwo púpọ̀. Ó lè máa ti rí market break. But Ebony Life On Plus is there. Ó dẹ̀ lè ṣe, ó lè wo àwọn content Ebony Life. Wọ́n dẹ̀ ṣì ń shoot. Tó yẹ pé exclusive to Ebony Life On Plus ni. Wà á dẹ̀ sanwó. kò tó wò ni. That's the person that wants to do business. Netflix ti rí pé ó ní option. So when that kind of person is talking to Netflix, tí irú èèyàn báyìí bá ń bá Netflix sọ̀rọ̀, wọ́n máa gbọ́ náà. Because ó ti jẹ gbèsè, ó ti yá loan, òun náà ti run platform yẹn. Tó bá jọ ń sọ̀rọ̀, wọ́n á máa sọ̀rọ̀ nípa back-end running of VOD platform. Wọ́n á jọ máa sọ man to man. Wọ́n á máa sọ̀rọ̀ lórí àbáwọn engineer ṣe ń crash site, virus wo ló ń jẹ kíní.
In fact, Ebony Life máa ní edge nítorí pé òun ló ràn kíní ẹ̀, but àwọn eléyìí most of them staff ni wọ́n tẹ́ pé salary làwọn ń gbà at the end of the entire thing, but òun tí loss ẹ̀ bá dé orí ẹ̀ gangan ló máa wà.
Yeah, òun náà ní staff and all that.
Yes,
what I'm even saying is that tó bá jókòó sí boardroom, when they are talking the back end, she's talking it. Kennedy, òun náà run parallel local VOD platform. So náà mọ̀ bó ṣe ń rí. So wọ́n mọ̀ pé ó mọ̀ bó ṣe ń rí. So it is nice, it's easy láti bá èèyàn bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn sọ̀rọ̀. Moving on, Kunle Afolayan. I'm talking about, you are asking me for people who have proved their mettle. Kunle Afolayan has also proven his mettle. Ṣé èèyàn tó jẹ́ pé kò ṣojú mi, ṣùgbọ́n àhúgbọ́ àsọtúnsọ tó dé tí tiwa ni pé bàbá sọ pé ní inú October 1st yẹn, if Kunle gets this wrong, then he goes down forever. Torí adúrú owó tí bọ̀dá yẹn ná sí October 1st.
Bàbá wo ló sọ bẹ́ẹ̀?
Túndé Kèlání. Tí fíìmù yìí bá fi go wrong, ọmọ yìí máa go down. Because owó tó ná sí ti pọ̀ jù. Tí bá sọ pé ó pọ̀ jù, mi sọ pé ó pọ̀ jù production yẹn lọ. But what I'm saying is, ó take risk yẹn pé ó yá, if I perish, I do this.
Ṣé kí ni October 1 fi different sí àwọn tó precede?
Look at that film. That film is a class of its own. Photography, editing, story content, acting, parade of actors. That's probably the film that started the Noir film movement in Nigeria. Noir film, N-O-I-R, our mystery films. The dark images, usually black and white, blurry, smoky, in shadows, tilted angles, mystery. Because of the king of boys, one day, to kill a monkey. That, and if you see Kebbi Adetiba is sitting comfortably as the queen of Noah. And if you check àwọn tó ń ya àwọn náà ẹ̀, àwọn rẹ̀ pé tẹ́ bá ń wò wọ́n tó bá jókòó, wọ́n máa dàbí pé bóòsì kan ti sọnù lórí wọn ti sá lọ. Tó bá jókòó tí wọ́n máa ṣe bí ẹni pé wọ́n wà okay. They are very creative people, absolutely creative. So that, and if you see most of Kunle's film, what's in the tendency in Noah, even with the figuring. So October 1st was an improvement on the figuring. The figuring around me changed the landscape of filmmaking. Because everybody here aspire that beat. Then October 1st came. Absolutely careful camera work, absolutely careful texture, careful story, not a perfect story, but careful mystery. Yes, people said you could guess. At some point, I could guess that he was a prince. I'm an experienced film seer. You could guess. And I tell people, suspense is not the inability for you to guess. It is the ability of the film that is sustain interest to watch it to the end, even knowing what will happen at the end. Keeping you at the edge of your seat till the end, and you get to the end, even knowing what will happen at the end. It's not about revealing one stupid surprise at the end. These are our stories now. We likely know what will happen now. ṣé Yugoslavia lọ mú story yẹn wá ni story Nigeria ni now so tó bá ti ń wo story October 1st yẹn ó likely kò jọ ọmọ bá ní now wọ́n ti ṣe planting yẹn sílẹ̀ now the person that was running in white and the prince came in and started wearing white come on now the prince came in and started behaving very weird. What it plants, and because you cannot do a film entirely and not plant those nuances of the characters. Only like to plant it now, otherwise it doesn't make sense. Detachment, aloofness, ẹni yẹn kò kí ń sọ̀rọ̀ jù. Check him now. If you find a character tí ó ń sọ̀rọ̀ jù, ẹ bá bá sọ̀rọ̀ sí ma ni. Ẹ bá ní Mr. Fagbure. Ibo lẹ ń lọ a máa lọ ìgbà wo lẹ ń lọ ìgbà wo lẹ máa lọ létẹ máa lọ rí mọ́mì ẹ máa rí dáàdì a rí wọn a máa rí wọn Saturday a máa rí wọn. Tẹ bá pàdé somebody like me ẹ máa wọlé a máa lọ rí wọn a máa gbórí wọlé ẹ mọ̀ pé mo ti sọ gbogbo tinú mi no ẹ máa pàdé wọn Saturday a máa rí wọn tó bá tó rẹ́rìn nìyẹn so on the plant character yẹn now on the plant yẹn so it's there but it kept unfolding that mystery until we got to where we all knew that it would get there. So the willingness for us láti máa tẹ̀lé story yẹn títí dé ibi tá a mọ̀ pé ó ń lọ tá a mọ̀ pé ó máa bọ́ sí tí àbínú dìde pé àti wọn bí tí story yìí ń lọ. No, he kept putting things that kept us going. Ìyẹn gẹ́gẹ́ náà ń pè ní suspension of disbelief. Tí short form ẹ̀ ń jẹ́ suspense. Suspension of disbelief. Ọmọ máa sustain ẹ lọ. We must sustain a law. We must sustain it because disbelief yẹn ti strong nínú àwọn fíìmù YouTube Yorùbá láti rádaràdà àti mọ̀ bí tí fíìmù yìí lọ láti bẹ̀rẹ̀. So suspension of disbelief yẹn wọ́n ṣe enough láti fún wa as audience láti suspend the disbelief wa. So Kule did a lot with October 1st. So now here's the point I'm making is Netflix will trust him. He's a man who has a reputation for getting into banks and pulling out money.
Was Phone Swap on that same level?
Phone Swap was on the same level. Do you know what it takes to hire Wale Ojo? One, what it takes to hire Nse Ekpe Etim? To manage on set, to hire. Two, to manage a Joker Silver Jacobs on set. It's not cheap. At the time, Phone Swap, it's not cheap, sir. To fly in an actor from Ghana to play Wale Ojo's girlfriend. It's not cheap, sir. To put Saka in a play, Dr. Hafiz Oyito, to put him in the same film. That's not a cheap film.
Citation call.
That's even a bigger flow. Je me joue. Okay, a lot of myself $10,000. That's out of this world. There has to be some good money.
Tó bá yẹ pé kò fẹ́ ṣe lọ́fẹ̀ẹ́ nítorí pé wọ́n fẹ́.
No.
She wants to.
Olówó ò ní ṣe nǹkan lọ́fẹ̀ẹ́ no matter what. Èyí tí mo ti mọ̀ nípa olówó ni ẹ̀ bó ṣe wọ́n náà làwọn máa gbà.
Ìgbà tẹ́yìn máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ fíìmù lẹ́nu ẹ̀ kì í ṣe olówó.
Mi ń ṣe olówó.
Ẹ ló ń sún káàkiri tí wọ́n tẹ̀ tún rí yàrá sún papà.
Ibi tí kádàrà sọ pé mi ti máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ ni ọmọ mi sọ pé kádàrà sọ tọ̀tọ̀. Dẹ́nẹ́ tí mọ̀ citation lẹ ti rí Tèmi Ọ̀tẹ́dọ́lá o. Mọ̀ nǹkan tó ti ṣe o. Tó bá jókòó síbi ó máa sọ story fún yín o. Tó bá jókòó síbi tí Tèmi Ọ̀tẹ́dọ́lá bá jókòó síbi ó lè rí story sọ fún yín o. If Tèmi Ọ̀tẹ́dọ́lá sit here, it might shock you the kind of thing that she has gone through. Pẹ̀lú bó ṣe lówó yẹn, ó lè jẹ́ pé níjọ́ kan wọ́n fi location bus lè bàjẹ́ o. Ó lè rìn látorí 3rd Mainland Bridge, ó lè rìn dé Ìkòyí o. You don't know what she has gone through. We assume that because she's staying at Eniola, she has gone through nothing. No, I've stopped that assumption. But ọ̀rọ̀ rèé o, ibi tí èmi ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ àpáta ni.
Àbí inú ẹ̀rọ̀fọ̀.
Ilẹ̀ gbígbẹ.
Ilẹ̀ gbígbẹ ni.
Lèmi ti bẹ̀rẹ̀. Yẹ̀rọ òun ló garden ló ti bẹ̀rẹ̀. So mi lè fi level yẹn wéra wọn kò ṣeé ṣe.
So obviously, Kúnlé Afọláyan ò ní kẹ́nìbọ̀dì wá ṣiṣẹ́ lọ́fẹ̀ẹ́.
No, he won't ask that. Much so that I know about him, he won't do that.
And mo ti gbọ́ testimonies that he pays so well. Though àtúgbò another part náà nípa ọ̀rọ̀ kí ni iṣẹ́ tó ń ṣe the other time. Anikulapo. But
it's okay. A lot of people go into jobs nítorí pé it's Anikulapo. Some people go in there with one gigantic expectations. Has anybody seen Anikulapo books? If you have seen Anikulapo books, then you'll be able to so categorically pé irú tó yẹ kó sọ fún mi rèé. I'm sure the only person who can tell you about Anikulapo books is Segun Akitunde, the COO of Kúnlé Afọláyan Productions.
COO.
COO ni right hand man. Òun ló dẹ̀ máa ṣe land producer. Afin lóhun náà. So ìjọba bá rí ẹ̀ káàkiri Segun Akitunde. Because of course you can't be land producer and not see the books. So that person can tell you categorically. Most of the time, so these guys are businessmen. They want to save money. They want to do pet projects. They want to do other ancillary projects. So they're shrewd businessmen. I'm sure the man saw how much budget of food was going out. So say, so that the money for catering goes into Afẹ́fẹ́. And he's CEO of Afẹ́fẹ́. So he gets paid salary in Afẹ́fẹ́. Iye businesses tó máa bẹ́ẹ̀ lásán olóńlọ ẹ̀. So anybody can say anything that they want. It's fine. Ìlú ọgọ́ ni ó kọjú sí ẹ ó kẹ́yìn sí mi. Èmi ò tí ṣiṣẹ́ mi ò tí ṣe film pẹ̀lú Kúnlé Afọláyan. Èmi ti ṣiṣẹ́ pẹ̀lú Kúnlé Afọláyan Productions. Yeah, in the area of supply. Wọ́n fẹ́ ṣe nǹkan kan ní gbàgede wa ń tà ń bí. Wọ́n contact me láti ṣe nǹkan báyìí, wọ́n ṣe nǹkan kan báyìí. And they were fair. I discuss and negotiate. They were fair, professional and fair. Yeah, professional and fair. They interact pẹ̀lú Kúnlé. There's a system. There's a system that you interact with. That's what I'm saying. You won't, when you work with Cap, that's Kúnlé Afọláyan Productions, you don't interact with him. Ní bá sọ̀rọ̀, kò ní bá ẹ sọ̀rọ̀. Tó wá pé business ni kò ní bá ẹ sọ̀rọ̀. Kì í ṣe òun ló máa bá sọ̀rọ̀. Kò ń ṣe òun ló máa bá ẹ sọ̀rọ̀. Ó láwọn tó máa ṣiṣẹ́. That's how he's paying them. Ó láwọn tó máa bá iṣẹ́ àwọn ẹlẹ́bàá. Ó ti fún wọn ní brief budget rẹ̀ mọ́kànjá àbí. So tó bá bá àbúrò Kúnlé Afọláyan sọ̀rọ̀ àbí ẹ̀gbọ́n Kúnlé Afọláyan, tẹ́ni ẹ bá ti mú quotation tó kọjá budget wa, staff yẹn máa juwọ́ sí ẹni. Tó bá yọ̀ bá Kúnlé pé ẹ̀gbọ́n mi mo ṣe kíní kan bá Ṣẹ́gun sọ̀rọ̀, bá kíní kan sọ̀rọ̀, màá bẹ́ẹ̀ bá wọn sọ̀rọ̀ lọ́fíìsì. Ẹgbọ́n kí ló ṣe ẹni sá budget tó wà ń bẹ̀ yẹn. Ó dẹ̀ sọ pé kíní kan èló ní budget tá approve 250 ni èló ló ń dẹ̀ sọ 320 can work. Ó tán ni ẹ̀. Ìwọ náà ṣe fún wa ní 250. Ó tán o. Ṣé kò sọ pé ẹ fún ní 320 kò sọ pé ẹ fi 10,000 sí. Wọ́n ti jọ jókòó ní board, wọ́n ti jọ jókòó ní management, wọ́n ti jọ jókòó ní team, wọ́n ti sọ pé bọ́jẹ́tì yìí ni. If it's going to change, the mind will sit again. The team will sit again. Let's put a system there. And Netflix can see that is adding value to the system. So if he keeps going, and these are the early starters anyway. I'm calling the early starters. Wọ́n ti rí pé risk taker ni pé káwọn tó dé ó ti ń ṣiṣẹ́ ẹ̀ lọ.
benefit ẹ gbọ́dọ̀ wà fún risk takers.
Yes now.
Because àwọn náà open door ẹ.
Yes. Risk takers ni wọ́n now. Now, let's move on to someone else that has mo mú wọn ní ṣíṣe ìtẹ̀lé wọn yẹn lọ. Funke Akindele. If you like, say she's bossy. If you like, sọ pé wà obnoxious. Tó bá wù ẹ́, sọ pé wá gbogbo ọ̀rọ̀ ilé ayé kò fi qualify. But ṣó ní business yẹn ó mú lọ́kùnkúndùn. Ṣẹlẹ̀ mọ́ kí ni business yẹn? Filmmaking, content provision. Tó bá máa bàjẹ́, o máa láti bá tiẹ̀ jẹ́. So mo dẹ̀ mọ̀ pé òun náà ò ní jókòó kó bá tiẹ̀ jẹ́. So a kọ́ bá tiẹ̀ jẹ́ náà. So that iṣẹ́ tí a máa lọ àrùn ẹ̀ pa. Because that's her life. Ṣé mo bí tó ti ń bọ̀ ni? Kí ọ̀ tó jáde látọdún fa kó wá dìde dé level yẹn. Àdúrà nìkan kan ló ṣe sà. Àwọn èèyàn ní Fúnkẹ́ aládùúrà ni, ọmọ ògo ni, àgbọ̀. Ẹ má gbàgbé ibi tí mo ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ ní bẹ̀rẹ̀ show yìí, bẹ̀rẹ̀ episode yìí. I will go back there. Destiny, fate. Àwọn ẹlòmíì tán bá ṣe ògo wọn ò ní tó ti Fúnkẹ́ o. Fíìmù wọn sì dájú Fúnkẹ́ lọ. Ẹ jẹ́ n sọ àṣírí kan fún yín. Ẹ jẹ́ n sọ rúmọ̀ fún yín. So ẹ jẹ́ kí n sọ sínú kámẹ́rà pé rúmọ̀ lọ́rọ̀ yìí, àhesọ. So ẹ má ní kí n mú proof wá, àhesọ ni. Jennifer, original Jennifer part 1 and 2 tí ọ̀la skota. Rumor has it that, of course, because he's the owner of the copyright, so he can print at will. Pé ní Oṣòdì pé tí Alhaji Ọlábalógun bá kọ̀ wò báyìí pé ó yẹ kéèyàn lówó lọ́wọ́ jàre. Ẹ mọ̀ bóyá téèyàn ti kó gbowó tó fi ṣe business kì í ṣe pọ́n broke rárá. Gbogbo owó tó wà wọ́n ti fi ṣe business. Eléyìí tó wà wọ́n ti lọ́ọ̀kì ẹ̀ kò ṣe é ná, kì í ṣe owó fàájì nìyẹn. Wọ́n wá nídìí owó fàájì. Kọ̀ pé ká lè lówó. Ẹ mú Master Jennifer. Ẹ má gbàgbé ní tí mo sọ o. Àhesọ. Ẹ mú Master Jennifer jàre. Sáré print bíi 10,000 copies. Ṣé mọdún tí Jennifer ti jáde? Wọ́n wá ní pé tí wọ́n ìjọ tán máa wá release Jennifer ẹ̀. Tí àwọn èèyàn bá fẹ́ release film ní Òṣòdì, wọ́n máa béèrè pé ṣé Jennifer ò jáde. Tí wọ́n bá ti ní wọ́n máa release Jennifer yẹn, àwọn ò bá Jennifer jáde. Ẹ̀yẹ Jennifer ọkọ̀ lọ. Tó bá jáde tán, wọ́n máa release. Ó wá di ọ̀rọ̀ ní Òṣòdì pé ọ̀tọ̀ lọ́lọ́run Jennifer, ọ̀tọ̀ lọ́lọ́run àwa tó kù. Ẹ má gbàgbé, àhesọ. Àgbọ̀, ẹ mọ̀ pé a máa gbọ́rọ̀ káàkiri, àtòtọ́ àti irọ́. So inú àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ tá a gbọ́ rè, àhesọ. Ọ̀ṣẹ́ mọ̀ pé there is no smoke without fire. So wọ́n wá sọ pé ọ̀tọ̀ lọ́lọ́run Jennifer, ọ̀tọ̀ lọ́lọ́run àwa tó kù. He who God has blessed, no man can curse. Àwọn èèyàn kan wà, torí ẹ̀ ni mo ṣe rí ìgbà tí mo bẹ̀rẹ̀ láti ibi tí mo ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ yẹn. Àwọn èèyàn rò pé superstition, whether you like it or not. Àgbàlẹ̀tù, àwọn kan wà tí wọ́n ṣe podcast kẹ́ tó dé. Tó ti ṣe YouTube video interview yìí kẹ́ tó dé. Àárí wọn. Ọlọ́run àárí wọn, wọ́n dẹ̀ ṣe ń ṣe. Àwọn ẹlòmíì bẹ̀rẹ̀ wọ́n kú sọ́nà bí èéfín. Ẹ̀yin bẹ̀rẹ̀. Ó ti pẹ́ tẹ́yìn náà ti ń ṣe o, but àwọn kan náà ó ti pẹ́ tó ti ń ṣe. Tí wọ́n ti organize ẹ̀ gan ju gbogbo eléyìí lọ. Tí Ọlọ́run ò jẹ́ kó jáde o. Kì í ṣe àìmọ̀ ṣe wọn o. Rárá o. Kì í ṣe pé wọ́n ṣe nǹkan kan tó wrong o. èmi ó ṣàánú fún ẹni tí èmi ó ṣàánú fún ni kò sọ pé èmi ó ṣàánú fún ẹni tí àánú yẹ ṣàánú lè yẹ kó má ṣàánú fún ẹ àánú lè má yẹ kó ṣàánú fún ẹ that's why téèyàn bá jí láàárọ̀ kó mọ béèrè àánú ó ní mo ṣe bẹ̀rẹ̀ láti ibi tí mo ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ yẹn destiny fate ẹ ń bá ní ti destiny kádàrá àti àyànmọ́ báwo ìní lọ́hùn kó mọ́ lọ wò ìní lọ́hùn yóò dàbí the foolish man nínú bíbélì tó sọ pé báyìí mo ti kó gbọ́rọ̀ jọjọ́ kí n mọ gbádùn ayé mi ìwọ àṣírí lálẹ́ òní la béèrè ẹ̀mí rẹ lọ́wọ́ rẹ̀ so èmi gẹ́gẹ́ bí ẹ̀kọ́ tí a fi kọ́ mi ẹ̀kọ́ kìrìsìtẹ́nì ibẹ̀ yẹn lèmi ti máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ ayé so I think ní èrò tèmi mo kọ́ rò pé Fúnkẹ́ ní basis mẹ́ẹ̀ a ti fi kádàrá ẹ̀ sọrí wípé tó bá tajà ó máa tà bóyá láti ilẹ̀ ni o bóyá ó ṣe nǹkan kan látòrí Jennifer ó dẹ̀ ń ta kò sí ìjọ tó dé movie theatres cinemas she will break the record that she had set.
Her own record. Please, what marketing is it that Funke did that Tony Abraham did not do? That Mercy Aigbe did not do? As a matter of fact, in my own opinion, Mercy Aigbe Adeoti has better stories that Tony Abraham and Funke Akindele put together. Mark my words. I said so. Tolu Fagbure. Go and see Ajao Omo Daddy. Story Funke Akindele tó fẹ́ súnmọ́ Ada tó tí mo enjoy jù láti jọ́jọ́ ti ń ṣe.
Mo pàṣẹ sínú ayé tó lè rí àmì ṣe láti òní lọ lábẹ́ àhámọ́ ogun tí ayé yín wà lórúkọ Jésù agbára Ọlọ́run kó tú yín sílẹ̀. Dádì àti mọ́mì Olúwa rán mi sí yín sà kí ló ń tẹ̀ ńlá kọjá tó dàbí pé ẹ rò pé kò sí ọ̀nà àbáyọ mọ́. Olúwa ní kí n sọ fún yín pé kẹ́ má sọ ìrètí nù ọ̀nà àbáyọ ṣì wà fún yín tí ó bá ṣe é ṣe fún Ọlọ́run láti jí Lásárù dìde kúrò nínú òkú ọjọ́ 4 tó ti rùn. Olúwa náà ṣetán láti dá yín lóhùn ohunkóhun tó wù kẹ́ máa là kọjá. Ṣé ẹ̀ ń wáwé ìgbélú ni? Ṣé iṣẹ́ yín ni ò lọ déédé? Ṣé ẹ̀ ń wá ọ̀nà àbáyọ? Lórí ìgbéyàwó rẹ ti ní ìṣòro tẹ́ là kọjá ni ohunkóhun tó wù kẹ́ máa là kọjá ẹ jẹ́ a jọ gbàdúrà papọ̀ ẹ jẹ́ a jọ wá ojú Olúwa kò sí ní t'Olúwa ò lè ṣe. Ẹ̀rọ ìbánisọ̀rọ̀ tẹ́ fi máa bá mi sọ̀rọ̀ òun náà ni +234 7025 47 5427 lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí +234 7025 47 5427. Àwọn ìyanu ńláńlá ló ń ṣẹlẹ̀ lórí òkè yìí mo gbàdúrà bẹ́ẹ̀ náà ṣe ń pè fún àdúrà lórúkọ Jésù ẹ máa rí ìyanu ó ti rí bẹ́ẹ̀ ó ti ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ ògo ni fún orúkọ Olúwa Jésù Olúwa wa àmín 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 lórúkọ Jésù.
Story Funke Akindele tó fẹ́ súnmọ́ Ada tí mo enjoy jù láti jọ́jọ́ ti ń ṣe ó ní behind the scenes. And it's because she used Scarlett Gomez. Performance Scarlett Gomez need behind the scene was just over the hook. Performance Scarlett Gomez over the hook. And like I said again, Funke Akindele repeated the Jennifer character in that play. Most of the acting that she does, she has been cycling through characters. 2 or 3. As she Jennifer character, variation of Jennifer character, variation of the Omo Ghetto character, variation of the hard-faced bitchy boss character. Go and check all our films. It's a variation of all that character. Format to work for one. So only format to work the format here. So if it intimate Sony, my own opinion is that Mercy Aigbe Adeoti had better films. Hello, Thin Line. Mercy Aigbe Adeoti. Hello, now. She had better stories. Cosimo Kadare, kó tàtò Fúnkẹ́ àbí kó tàtò Tóyìn. Kò sí kádàrá ẹ̀ ni, kò sí nǹkan tó lè ṣe àfijọ́ tí kádàrá ẹ̀ bá yí padà. Chaos theory ni. Under every semblance of order, there is an underlying disorder. Under every semblance of disorder, there is an underlying order. Ìtí mo sọ rèé, tí nǹkan máa ń lọ báyìí ní chaos theory yẹn, chaos interdisciplinary theory ni summary tèmi ẹ̀ nìyẹn. Ó originate láti inú mathematics. Àwọn mathematicians, physicians, physics, wọ́n ti mọ nǹkan tí mo ń sọ yẹn. Tí nǹkan máa ń lọ báyìí, ó ń lọ, ó ń lọ, ó ń lọ. Nǹkan kan ló máa ṣẹlẹ̀ tí nǹkan tó ń lọ tó ń gún yẹn tí ò fi ní gún mọ́. Tí nǹkan bá wà tó ń dàrú, tó ń dàrú, tó ń dàrú, nǹkan kan ló máa ṣẹlẹ̀ tí nǹkan tó ń dàrú yẹn tó fi máa tó. N tó ṣẹlẹ̀ yẹn náà ń pè ní Malcolm effect. So except there is a Malcolm effect that will twist Mercy to sell more than Funke. Yeah, we'll see when the time comes. But other than that, tí bá break down chaos theory yẹn dáadáa, tẹ́ bá wà níbí gan, ẹ ti wà ní traffic rí tẹ́ wò pé ìwọ Ọlọ́run kí là wá fa traffic yìí tẹ́sí wà mẹ́fù wákàtí kan, wákàtí méjì, wákàtí mẹ́ta. Do you know what it takes for that traffic to reset? The appearance of one soldier. Not two, sir. Not two. The appearance of one soldier. Just one. Because you don't know whether there are others. That if you want to make it sweeter, the appearance of one soldier and a car or vehicle painted in army color or in military color standing by. Shoot. Wọ́n á máa sọ fún ẹ láti ìwọ tó ti ń bọ̀ látẹ̀yìn tó fẹ́ kúrò sójà wà wájú o. Sójà wà wájú tó bá rẹ̀ ti gbọ́ sójà wà wájú wà á máa tọ́ọ̀nù padà ni nígbà tó lẹ́mìí méjì. Ṣẹ́rí chaos yẹn ẹ kàn wá rí pé ó straight ni Malcolm effect. Ṣẹ́rí pé disorder wà but there is an underlying order. So disorder lè di order tí nǹkan bá ṣẹlẹ̀. Kí ni Malcolm effect tó ṣẹlẹ̀ tó jẹ́ kí disorder di order ni soldier appear. Now, nídàkejì order to disorder. Ṣẹ́rí pé a ní conversation àjọ ń sọ̀rọ̀ everything sending in wẹ̀rẹ̀. Let's just say we here in this place now. I don't even want to go too far. Kìsìlì nǹkan jàbọ̀ gbì. And a lot of factors lè fà kìsìlì ó yẹ kó omi ti ń tán sí time yẹn ló wá weak àfi weak. Ẹ jọ ṣáà máa sọ̀rọ̀ lọ. How did they disorder máa dé Malcolm effect yẹn nìyẹn. Tẹ bá bomi sọ́wọ́ báyìí omi yẹn máa lọ. Tó bá ti dé ibi kan ó máa lọ. Ó wá kàn dé ibi kan tó slow bẹ́ẹ̀ kan bá rí tó n tó gbé omi ẹ sáré mẹ́ẹ̀ Malcolm effect. There's a reaction or an action that makes the reactions go faster and change. So, except we have that. But for now, Funke is selling better than everyone. And let me tell you, and I tell you today, she's not doing anything differently. Agbaletu, you've been in this industry for a while. Tell me what Funke is doing differently. How is she selling differently? How is she dancing differently? How is she acting differently? How is she doing her costume differently? I think even that Mercy Aigbe Adeoti has better locations in her films.
Yeah, but you just said it that she's doing what works for her.
Yes.
So once she's been able to identify what works for her, then she should just keep it.
Do you know that Tony is also doing what works for her? She's doing very unserious films.
Unserious?
Yes, please. Yeah, I'm able to say she's doing very, very unserious films. Any attempt for Tony Abraham to do a film that is serious, she will put on seriousness inside it. She's not a serious person normally. When I say she's not a serious person, I don't mean it in the derogative way. Before people, let me make it clear. Before people will say something now. I mean, she's the female version of Odunlade Adekola. Anything they touch must become unserious. They will try to be serious. People will be seeing unseriousness inside it.
And because of the past characters they've...
No. I think because they have found a way to always infuse their own personality in the roles.
Okay.
Have you seen Tony play? I've seen her once or twice or thrice. I've seen her in UI. She wants to ask me a question. She said, but I'm a low UI, and she's going. Me, I'm still waiting for her to complete the statement. She don't go.
No time.
And she don't. Ọ̀rọ̀ mi ló lẹ́sọ̀ lọ́wọ́ ti lọ. Kò mọ̀ láìda. Ó ti bá everybody ṣeré pé kìkì ló ṣeré àbí kíní kan. Somebody that will enter cinema in premiere and be greeting everybody. Ṣé o ní wá kí ni? Orí mo yẹ gé àwọn senior colleague ni. Yẹ kíní kan. When I say unserious, ẹ̀yẹ́ sọ Yorùbá, kò ní ronú. Do you know the ironu that I mean? Before people go and say something else.
Why worry?
Amari bàbá rẹ̀ níta. Ìyẹn nìkan mi lè sọ ṣá. Because obìnrin wọ́n fi ẹ̀ ṣeré. But let me say something like, wọ́n gbé kámẹ́rà ẹ lọ, wọ́n ní ká má shoot. PM, wọ́n máa rẹ̀ ní shoot. Ẹ má yẹ kó rí yí dàrú owó tèmi ń jó lọ. Ẹ lọ pé wọ́n padà. You would think she would run and be helter-skelter. She's a happy-go-lucky individual. So she needs an actor's coach that will take out that her personality away from her. That's why she's always doing her face like when she's acting, and it's always spoiling her roles. Ìgbà mi àti ṣe role yẹn àti wúyàn. Àwọn films kan wà tó ń ṣe ní YouTube recently. Listen, oh my. Her unserious stories, she's doing well.
Ṣé lára ẹnìkan tó go viral recently tí àwọn kidnappers tí wọ́n...
And yeah, Alakada Gen Z.
Tí wọ́n gbé ọmọ.
Báwo ni? Even no matter what, ẹ wo ẹ pa. If I directed that film,
èmi kan mú gàrí
even if I directed that film, I wouldn't direct it like that.
Comedy.
No, well,
mo rántí sí mo dẹ̀ rẹ́rìn.
You know, how can you take that kind of film to cinema? Let me tell you.
But it's not about the lines.
Look, let me tell you something. When you are taking a film to a cinema, even if it is comedy, it must have a level of seriousness. Okay, coming to America, is it a comedy or not?
Comedy.
Would you say that film is unserious? Eddie Murphy was one of the most unserious comedy person in his life. But everyone got off his story in your trace. You must put seriousness in a capsule of unseriousness. You must craft it. And there are some emotional moments in Coming to America now. 1 and 2. Very serious emotion, plenty emotional moments. The barber shop, so many emotional moments. Look at the barber shop. Boy, Jackie comedy too. Topical issues, not only barber shop, yeah. So you don't just craft comedy. Comedy is the most. Now, comedy as an unserious form of drama is the most serious form of drama. Let me say that again. For people who want to quote me and write papers. Comedy as an unserious form of drama is the most serious form of drama. Do you know why? Inú àwàdà láti máa sọ gbogbo nǹkan tó wà ní society, e.g. gẹ̀lẹ̀dẹ́. Gẹ̀lẹ̀dẹ́ lẹ́tí máa rí tán ṣe play. Àwọn aláwàdà làwọn onígẹ̀lẹ̀dẹ́. Wọ́n máa fi tú àṣírí ọkọ tó ń yálè àbí ìyàwó tó ń yálè. Àbí baálé ilé tó ń bá ìyàwó àbúrò rẹ̀ sùn. they will do that film, they will not mention your name, they will not do anything, but the way they will do that story, ṣe àwọn káwọn èèyàn máa mọ̀ ẹni tó ń báyàwó ẹ̀ sùn ni ó máa mọ̀ last, tó bá ń báyàwó èèyàn sùn èèyàn ló máa mọ̀ last, right? So gbogbo àwọn èèyàn ti máa rẹ́rìn yó ṣẹ́bọ̀dì wọ́n ti mọ̀. Létà ní ọkọ àbíyàwó ṣe máa jí pé ẹ wá o kí ló ń ṣẹlẹ̀. Òun náà ti máa ra àwọn nuances tó bá rẹ́rìn tó bá realize pé òun nìkan lòun rẹ́rìn ló máa realize ẹ wá ìyàwó mi náà ń sọ yìí, àbọ̀dá mi náà ń sọ yìí. Lampooning the ills of the society. That's what comedy is. Lampooning. Take it easy now. Listen to me. Lampooning the ills of the society. So comedy, kò yẹ kó ṣe comedy ní gbẹrẹfu. Comedy ẹ gbọ́dọ̀ ní message, which is my problem with all the comedies. Which is why I said, nígbà tí mo sọ̀rọ̀ pé the vendor was a national embarrassment. Nígbà tó lọ cinema, àyà ní comedy àwọn èèyàn fẹ́ rẹ́rìn, mí ìsọ́kọ̀ àwọn èèyàn fẹ́ rẹ́rìn, àwọn èèyàn rẹ́rìn sí ni Baba Sala now. Go and give me a Baba Sala film or a Baba Sala play that doesn't have any topical issues, that doesn't have emotional moments, that doesn't have issues. This guy is they do comedy and you are like, what are you saying? What are you doing? What is the story? What is the journey? One very nice comedy that Funke Akindele has done till date is the Jennifer series. You will see that no matter how she does that comedy, does it, she's the sane voice in the room. The stupid character Jennifer is the sane voice. You know what I mean? It's a technique. Putting wisdom in the mouth of foolishness. Technique ni to work dada. So you can't college your comment ekpa. No, that's not comedy. That is I'm trying not to use words. That's just something you throw in corner kick. You can't just do things like that. Which is why I think that Tony Abraham is not artistically mature for cinemas. Fantastic person, ambitious producer, very ambitious producer. Omojo, and she's shooting for them. She's one of the people to Omojo to engage one properly. Tony Abraham Film Academy, and if you see book films to jáde ní YouTube, Tony Abraham Film Academy, it's a film productions. And one other ṣeré young girls that either to Borúkọ wọn rí. I give her kudos for that. Engaging them properly and engaging them productively, consistently. Later. Wonderful. But she's good for YouTube. I don't think she's good for cinema. Go and look at Ijakumo. Where did I even start from? Why did I start from there? The Ghost and the Tout. The Ghost and the Tout 2. Alakada Reloaded. Ijakumo. The world to say no. See, baby. All those films. Even Iyalode, you wonder what is she saying. Everybody wanted to follow Femi Adebayo's. Gbogbo èèyàn fẹ́ tẹ̀lé format Femi Adebayo, jagunjagun. Come on. That's why because you wanted to now, because she must play the lead. right? So you wanted to come and now show me a female warrior that was a novel thing at that time. Go into history. Òun ló fi jẹ́ pé àwọn ọmọ ogunbìnrin dàhòmẹ̀ àhesọ wà nípa wọn pé wọn ò lọ́yàn, wọn ọyàn kan náà ní, wọ́n gé wọn lọ́yàn lọ. Àhesọ wà nípa wọn nítorí pé àwọn obìnrin tó ń jagun wà far in between. Wọn kàn kí ń ṣe ọmọ èèyàn kan tó kàn dàgbà tó kàn sọ pé òun fẹ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí jagun ta. Even àwọn ẹfún ṣetán aníwúrà tán ní army wọn ò jagun ta, wọ́n kàn defend àwọn tí wọ́n ní. Tán ní armed men, àwọn ẹfún róyè Tinubu, I meant àwọn ẹfún ṣetán aníwúrà who at a time Ìyálóde of Ìbàdàn tó jẹ́ pé nígbà kan òun ló ń fund the war chest of Ìbàdàn. Tito, the Ọ̀yọ́ Empire, that's what it means. I stand corrected. Nítorí pé Ìbàdàn ní defense wall Ọ̀yọ́, military might, and one human being alone bankroll war chest one. So what does it mean? She's funding the war chest of the entire Oyo Empire. That's what it means. At least a major part of it, if not all. Because àwọn ológun wà lẹ́gbàá, àwọn ológun wà ní bóyá Èkìtì, bóyá káàkiri. But at least Ìbàdàn is the war camp. Torí ẹ̀ náà ṣe ń jẹ́ Báṣọ̀run, Níbàdàn, Balógun. Ẹ̀sìn láwọn táìtì yẹn, Báṣọ̀run Ìbíkúnlé, Balógun Ọdẹ́rìnlọ, Ààrẹ Látòṣà. Ṣẹ̀sìn láwọn oyè yẹn. Báṣọ̀run is the prime minister to Ọ̀yọ́ now. Ológun dẹ̀ ló ń jẹ́. Iṣẹ́ ogun níṣẹ́ ẹ̀. Balógun ńkọ́, Ààrẹ ńkọ́. So tá bá tiẹ̀ ní proof mi, tá bá mú proof gbogbo title yẹn, ẹ máa gbé Ìbàdàn ní war center the empire. Ẹ fún ṣetán aníwúrà gangan at a point ló ń fund ẹ̀ tù gbogbo ẹ̀ fún Ìbàdàn. Ẹ fún ṣetán aníwúrà gan ò dìde lọ jagun. It's not an history. So you come and tell me that one female warrior stood up somewhere over best in Jagunta.
Yeah, but sometimes, Afin,
Yes.
filmmaking,
Yes, please.
it's not about how it was, but sometimes imagination, you just create something fascinating and play on people's imagination so that at least to make it exciting.
I agree. I agree with you absolutely. But then you now leave it open to interpretation. You leave it open to correctness. Then you have to now develop the emotional intelligence of criticism. You won't say, can you not shoot the film? Because now you are tampering with history. You have gone into a period of history that female warriors were far between. And you have gone to create a character that was not there. How did she become a warrior? What was the motivation for her to become a warrior? Go and see the film now and answer these questions. Kí ni motivation tó fi ń jagun ta? Gbogbo àwọn lúwo gbàgìdà, we know why now. The female warriors in history, we know why. Tí ò bá nídìí, sá, yóò bá pé. So that film, right? And the way she has crafted it nullifies that away. So you make female warriorship a thing of the streets. I don't agree. It is my opinion. It is not the sacrosanct opinion. But I have people who will agree with me. Mo láwọn èèyàn tó máa agree pẹ̀lú mi. You don't go into history, no matter how much you want to use creative license. Because what you are talking about need creative license. But you don't use creative license to distort history as it was. Except to put a caveat on the film. You put a caveat that this is a distortion. And then we take it like that.
House of Gar.
Yes.
What about that? What do you have to say about that?
House of Gar is a film that is good. Yeah, that's another person who has proved that method.
Story-wise.
There's nothing wrong with the story.
Shane Koti, Owen history originally, show now replicate in the story. Show no beja in the story.
So, can history? History is story as it is told. Kí ni bàbá tiẹ̀ sọ fún ìwọ? Kí ni bàbá tèmi sọ fún èmi? Níbo ló mọ ìtàn dé? Yorùbá ní ibi babaláwo bá mọ fá dé ni ó kì dé. There are 256 odus. One odu has nothing less than 1,000 verses, according to Bashigbo, hundreds of verses. One person only more. Oni babaláwo tó bá kọ́fá, wọ́n ṣe sọ yìí fún. Èmi rèé, you are a babaláwo. I am a babaláwo. By the way, we are using Ifa as a... Ifa is more than a religion. Ifa ò kì í ṣe ẹ̀sìn. Ọ̀nà ìgbé ayé ni. But that's the discussion for another day. Now, ẹ̀yin babaláwo, èmi babaláwo, àwa fẹ́ kí èjì ògbè. One chapter, Odùkanu, Tohu. Odù yẹn wá ní 1,000 verses. So that is verse 1 to verse 1,000. Ṣé ṣọ́ọ̀kì? Odù tẹ́ kì, tẹ́yìn máa kì, verse tẹ́yìn máa fi kì èjì ògbè. Ó lè jẹ́ verse 892. Kẹ́yìn kì 892. Kó jẹ́ pé verse 893 ẹ̀ mọ́. Verse 894 ẹ̀ mọ́. Ẹ wá mọ̀ verse 895. Ẹ mọ̀ verse 896. Ẹ mọ̀ verse 897. Ṣé ẹ mọ̀ pé ẹ mọ̀ verse 892 and verse 893? Èmi wá mọ̀ verse 892 and verse 893. Ṣé ṣọ́ọ̀kì nínú èjì ògbè? Èmi verse 892 and verse 893 nìkan ni mo mọ̀. Ẹ̀yin mọ̀ verse 891. Ẹ mọ̀ verse 894, 895, 896, 897. Ṣé ní iye verse tẹ́ mọ̀? But verse 892 and verse 893 tẹ́ mọ̀ yẹn. Nínú gbogbo odù yẹn, òun nìkan lè mímọ̀. So you have to learn it from me. That is why a babalawo keeps learning till he dies. It is a way in Yoruba cosmology to tell you, ọgbọ́n òpin síbi kan, ó mọ kọ́ títí tó fi kú. Bó bá yẹ kọjú síbi kan, ó kọjú síbi kan. So, kí ni history? Èyí tó mọ̀. Tó bá ní fact kan tó hàn sí ẹ. Okay. I wrote a play, Ajayi Crowther the Storyteller. Wọ́n wá sọ pé Samuel Ajayi Crowther ó lo àwọn ìtàn wa nílẹ̀ Yorùbá. Ó fi ṣàlàyé Bíbélì, ìtànú Bíbélì àti ìhìnrere Jésù fáwọn ọmọ èèyàn nígbà tó dé Áfíríkà, pàápàá jùlọ ilẹ̀ Yorùbá. All right. Èmi tí wá kọ ìtàn yẹn, mo ti kọ eré yẹn àṣìṣe. Àwa ń bá ọ̀jọ̀gbọ́n Bọ̀dé Ṣówándé sọ̀rọ̀. Ọ̀jọ̀gbọ́n Bọ̀dé Ṣówándé wá ṣe ojú wa síbi kan pé, do you know pé Samuel Ajayi Crowther was an acolyte of Ifa before he was kidnapped? Now, if you look at what Samuel Ajayi did, and that, it locks in.
So, from the scriptures,
Yeah.
let's establish it.
It's not from the scriptures.
Okay.
No, hold on. Let us establish it from the scriptures. The translation of Satan as a shoe.
Okay.
It is quick. I make bold to say that from all inferences, the only person that can translate Satan as a shoe because of those characteristics is someone who understands a shoe, and who understands a shoe more, if not a babalawo. Because Eshu and Ifa are companies, tithes. Eshu is on the Okma Ifa. See, these are deep mysteries. Yoruba mythological mysteries. Làwọn kìíní. Kò sí bá tẹ dá Eshu wà ń bẹ̀. So Eshu àti Ifá ọ̀rẹ́, ó ní ìdánfijọ́ rẹ̀. So it takes only a person. And mo máa ń pè nǹkan ní Èṣù concept. Èmi develop nǹkan kan tó ń pè ní Èṣù concept. Mo dẹ̀ fi máa ń ṣàlàyé. Ọmọ yín olóńgáìdì gbogbo conflict tó wà nílé ayé yìí. Èṣù concept yẹn. Tó bá ti understand Èṣù concept yẹn, olóńgáìdì gbogbo conflict àti resolution ẹ̀. And wọ́n present Èṣù as a man of duality of character and duality of nature. Kò wá straightforward. A fẹ́ tútù láàárọ̀, a fẹ́ gbóná lálẹ́, a ṣe rí fún ẹ, a ṣe bí fún ẹ. So, the quickest way to physically represent that, as physically represent Èṣù ní duality of color. So, àwọn ẹlòmíì wọ́n á fún Èṣù ní red àti black. Àwọn èèyàn míì wọ́n á fún Èṣù ní black àti white. So, mo wá simplify ẹ̀. Délé Adéyanjú rè tó jókòó, Tolu Fagbure rè tó jókòó, Èṣù wá kọjá láàrin wọn. Máa wọ bẹ́ Èṣù yìí tó wọ black. Afin ní lóòótọ́. Ṣé o rí pé white ló wọ̀? Ṣé o lo glasses? Black ló wọ̀ jàre ọ̀dẹ̀. Orí ẹ̀ ò pé. Ṣé o mọ̀ pé bó ṣe sọ last week náà nìyẹn? Wípé mo lo glasses. Ṣé nípa ti kó lórí ọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀? Èṣù ti wọ̀ wọ́n láàrin. All you need to do is kẹ́ wá Èṣù lọ. Kó wá dúró ní perspective Délé Adéyanjú. White ní bí ìwọ náà má bọ̀. Kí Délé Adéyanjú náà wá dúró ní perspective Afin. Àgbẹ̀ black ló wá kẹ́yìn méjì kẹ́ wá fún Èṣù ní àbádà lórí pé idiot ni ẹ. Ó wọ white and black. But rárá, a máa hold on to opinion yẹn, a máa fi ego sórí ẹ̀. Èṣù dẹ̀ mọ̀. Ẹsẹ̀ kẹ́sù padà wá kó wá wò pé ọ̀dẹ̀ ẹ̀yin méjì ẹ̀yin jàjàre. Ẹ̀yin jàjọ ṣáàrí pé black and white mo wà ní. Irọ́ Èṣù máa wò látọ̀ kọ́ máa gbé kò ríran ní kò ríran. Olómàpolè kò wá jà. Olómàpolè kúkú wá mú. He's just having fun. Èṣù ò dẹ̀ ní force ẹ̀ ṣe nǹkan kan. I don't mean Èṣù of the Bible. I mean Èṣù, the God. Yorùbá in Yorùbá pantheon. Kò ní force ẹ̀ kó ṣe nǹkan kan. A sọ perspective fún ẹ. Ìwọ ló máa mú ego ẹ tó máa fi run lórí perspective yẹn. Normally ìwọ ló yẹ kó wò pé why Èṣù kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀. Ó dàbí HOD mi. Ẹnìkan wọnú ọ́fíìsì HOD mi nísìnyí. My HOD in the university. Ó ní, good afternoon, sir. Ìyẹn ní good afternoon. Mr. So-and-so said we should come and carry chair in your office. Lecturer, mo fẹ́ ṣe play. So lecturer wá sọ fún students pé ẹ lọ ọ́fíìsì HOD ẹ lọ gbé chair. HOD mi wò ó wọ ọmọ ẹ báyìí. Ó ní, Mr. So-and-so cannot ask you to come and carry chair in my office. Ìyẹn wá wò, what exactly did Mr. So-and-so tell you? Ó ní, he said that we should come and see Mrs. who is the secretary of the department, that we should tell her that we need her in the office, that she will tell us what to do. So why did you not say Mr. So-and-so asked you to carry chair in your office? He said you carry chair. Get out of my office. I'm a phone. Mr. So and so. I don't care what you mean. Please don't do that again. Please don't do it again. What do you mean? Bam. Issue concept. Ìwọ ni o take information yẹn to run with it. Ó yẹ kó lọ́pọlọ now. Eventually, èṣù máa sọ pé ṣé o lọ́pọlọ. Ó lẹ́nìkan ṣe sọ fún mi. Ẹ mọ̀ pé ṣù wà lórí ọpọ fáyẹn náà. Báyìí, tó bá sọ pé tó wá lọ sórí Cocoa House. Tó lọ sórí Cocoa House. Bó ṣe jáde nínú scripture ni mo break down fún yín yẹn o. Tó bá lọ sórí Cocoa House. Tó ní ifá iwájú ọpọ́n ọfá gbọ́ èèyàn ọpọ́ gbọ́ olùmúlọ̀ tó olùkọ̀rọ̀ lọ́sì. Àárín ọpẹ́ táàrùn má fi pípéré má fi rí pé má fò lè fọ́hùn. Wàhálà ògiri ta bá ṣe rí ni mo fò látòrí Cocoa House yìí. N ò dá lápá, n ò kán lẹ́sẹ̀, n ò kú orí mi ò fọ́ ire. Ifá sọ fún ẹ pé ire. So stupid you. Ifá ti ní ire ni right? So wàá fò látòrí Cocoa House tó bá dá lápá. Bá mi Ifá, ibẹ̀ ni mi ní kọ́lápá ni Ifá bá sọ fún ẹ pé orí ẹ ló yí. Nígbà tí mò ń lọ tí mo drop pikin pé kẹ́ máa fi bá mi sọ̀rọ̀ kí ni mo sọ? Tó bá rú yín lójú ẹ bi mí léèrè. Ṣó rú ẹ lójú pé tó bá fò látòrí 25 story building wá kú? Mr. Dele Adéyanjú ṣó rú yín lójú? No, ẹ jẹ́ ká jọ dáhùn. Ṣó rú yín lójú?
Kò rújú.
Why tó wá bi mí?
Mo ti expect pé ó yẹ kó kú ni kò jẹ́ pé kó dá lápá.
Why tó wá bi mí? That is issue. Létí ọpọ́n fá.
Ó yẹ kó dẹ̀ fọ́ ni dà.
Mo ní tó bá rú ẹ lójú kò bí mi léèrè. Ṣọ́rọ̀ ẹ rú ẹ lójú? Ibi tí Bíbélì náà ti sọ pé watch and pray. Náà nìyẹn. Kò rú ẹ lójú. It takes somebody with that understanding of issue létí ọ̀pọ̀ ọ̀fà láti translate Satan ní èṣù torí pé wọ́n ní àwọn characteristics tó fi describe Satani. Ó wà lára àwọn characteristics tó fi describe èṣù. They are not the same. They are wọ́n ṣe kankan náà. End goal wọn according to story àti mythologies yẹn. End goal wọn ò kì í ṣe nǹkan kan náà. At least èṣù wa níbí kò kó èèyàn kankan lọ hell. Satani Lucifer ó láwọn èèyàn tó yẹ kó lọ hell. Èṣù wa níbí ọlọ́pàá ni. Is the sense keeper. But ó kàn lọ confuse characteristics èṣù ti bí fún ti Satani. That's how it comes to play in the Bible. But beyond that, it takes somebody with Tony understanding stories of Odu. Láti sọ story. Kó link story wambi. Kó link ẹ̀ mọ́ story Jésù. Màá dẹ̀ ṣe example kan fún yín tí mo ṣe nínú eré yẹn. Ajao Crowther the storyteller. Nígbà tí ó ń wàásù fún wọn pé ẹ gba Jésù. Jésù kú fún yín. Ó kú fún ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ gbogbo yín. Fẹ́ni kan wá bí pé Mr. Oga so sick. Báàlẹ̀ kan ṣe máa kú fún ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ gbogbo wa. Ó wá ní ṣé ẹ rántí Mọ́remí nífẹ̀ẹ́. Wọ́n á sọ story Mọ́remí. Títí olórogbo. We all know that story. Tí Mọ́remí ò fẹ́ kó lórogbo lọ. Tó lórogbo ní. Màámi ẹ jẹ́ kí n lọ. Kí lọ kú fúnfẹ́. Ẹ ti jẹ́jẹ́ yẹn. Èsì mi ní ti sọ pé dandan òun gbọ́dọ̀ gbà. Let me go. Wọ́n á ní báwo la ṣe fẹ́ gba Jésù yìí? Ṣé kó jẹ́ kó yé wọn? So it takes somebody in that culture. And níbo lẹ ti máa bá story Yorùbá tó dùn jù. Wọ́n ṣe fà ní. Everybody kan sọ pé orin Saheed Òṣùpá dùn ó kì. Babaláwo ni. Nígbà tó sọ pé Ọlọ́run tó ti ṣẹ̀dá kó wá ti dó ní kálukú. Ọlọ́run tó ti ṣẹ̀dá kó wá ti dó ní kálukú. Pẹ̀lú ìwà kan ṣá tó ń láti jẹ́ ṣùgbọ́n o. Ọlọ́run tó ti ṣẹ̀dá kó wá ti dó ní kálukú. Wọ́n ní lágbájá dáa gan. àmọ́ ṣùgbọ́n ṣá ànídàmẹ́jù dágán àmọ́ ṣùgbọ́n ṣá kí wàá là ó ti ṣe yìí síná ẹ wá sọ fún mi náà aya tó dáa tó ní ṣùgbọ́n tó fẹ́ máa bọ́kọ that's it ìgbà tó wá ní ṣé bẹ́ẹ̀ ò bá ti yóò ra àwọn orin tí mò ń kọ yìí àwọn orin tó wà ní Mr Music ní 4 albums in one that's one Saheed Òṣùpá album that I love somebody stole it from me I stole it from my father the person now come and steal it from me ó lè gbé ó lè gbà ó ní ṣé bẹ́ẹ̀ ò bá ti gbọ̀nà ẹ̀bùrú láyé ń bí ṣé kò ní ga àbí ṣé kò ní rọ́ọ́ mú pípẹ́ ẹ̀rọ bí rúbí ìpínlẹ̀ ọ̀la kí ni ká fi wé bírù wọn ga jù lábà ká fi wé lálá tó lòun fẹ́ ga láti ilẹ̀ ẹ̀dọ́rùn lọ́jọ́ kan bó ṣe ń ka lára mà ló ṣe wọ́gbọ́n dá kó wọn kọ́gbọ́n yẹn á padà lẹ́yìn bó pàfẹ́ bóyá o lọ́jọ́ ọjọ́ kan lójijì ló dìbò jábọ̀ jẹ́ wọ́n gbọ́kọ̀ dá láti dépò kípò ní wọ́n gbọ́kọ̀ dá láti dépò kípò torí bá lọ àbọ̀ láti bọ̀ gbogbo ẹ̀ ló wà nínú ẹsẹ̀ fàdà.
That story.
All those stories. Trace it now. Adaptations.
Now, coming back to Evita Badeleko, Tony Abraham. So you nullified her that she doesn't have any business with.
Right now, she needs to only let you increase capacity.
How?
Now, fantastic. One, Tony Abraham as an actor, only low training, only talent to pọ̀. Ẹ má gbàgbé nǹkan tí mo sọ lẹ́ẹ̀kan. Just transpose gbogbo nǹkan tí mo sọ nípa Ọdúnládé Adékọ́lá
the last time.
Just transpose it to Toyin. She is one actor, female actor, because you can use the word actor generically without necessarily saying actress. So more professional theatre people want to actor, whether female or male. Only láti ṣe training wà important. She needs only láti jẹ́ kí talent yẹ kúrò ní talent kó di skill. Ení, èjì, ó ní láti attach some, ó ní láti jáde kúrò ní Tony Abraham nígbà tó bá wà lórí set. My opinion, she never leaves Tony Abraham behind. She takes Tony Abraham into all of her roles, and that is annoying to me. So she brings Omamu level on seriousness kan wá fún all the characters. Tóyìn àti máa ṣeré yẹn, àti máa wò yẹn, I can drop the ball ni. Especially facial expression. And now you are like, what is in the name of Pete is this? What is she doing? Ẹ ti máa jírò yẹn jẹ, ẹ ti máa tẹ̀lé inú emotion, ó kàn máa ṣe and it breaks you out. This is not a joke, for crying out loud. This is not a joke. So, some level of seriousness. She needs to leave her character behind. Then she needs to learn. She needs to go for deeper training. If she can't do it in Nigeria, she should go abroad. Acting classes. If she's going to remain an actor. Acting classes. Then, only láti lọ sí story craft classes. Báwo ni wọ́n ṣe ń craft story? Engaging stories.
But they're supposed to be story writers now.
Do they let them work? There's so much of their personalities. You know, our stories here. You know, influence. Our writers wọn kẹ́ wá gbọ́rọ̀ wọn now. Almost be going dictate fún wọn ni. Èmi, gbogbo script mi máa ń kọ tí bá produce or tí máa ṣe nǹkan. Mo máa ń sọ, I don't do first writing. Story synopsis, story premise, story treatment, mo lè ti kọ jáde. But script and everything, I give it out. Go do it. Start. Do it. But mo ti break it down. Mo ti jókòó pẹ̀lú ẹ. Mo ti discuss gbogbo nǹkan tó wà ní orí mi. Mo ti ṣàlàyé ideas and you run with it. So you will bring a perspective to me. Perspective yẹn ni màá fine tune. You must be in sync with me normally. But màá fine tune perspective yẹn. Màá sọ bí tí mo ń lọ. So it's not going to be dry. Meanwhile, you cannot ever have a perfect script. But you can have a very serious and well done script. Let the writers breathe. Then I ask you a question. Who are the writers? Who trained them? Some of the writers are saying, film Toyin ni. Character Toyin ni mo kọ fún. Who does that?
It's not professional.
That's not professional. Ma sọ fún mo kọ Toyin ni mo kọ character ẹ fún. Pé nígbà tí mo kọ character yẹn gangan Toyin ni mo kọ fún.
Toyin ni mo rí.
Nígbà tí mo ń kọ
mo rí tó fit.
So wọ́n wá lọ jẹ́ kí Mercy play ẹ̀ òun ló ṣe rí bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn. So Mercy ò dẹ̀ lè ṣe bí Toyin. That's not how to write.
So it's not professional.
No! Toyin should come and fit into the character that you have written, that fits the story. Don't tailor a character to fit an actor. You may have an actor in mind as you write. It's not bad. Tí Gabriel bá ṣe role yóò máa gùn. But kì í ṣe pé kó wá kọ́ in such a way. Jẹ́ pé ó wá mú ọ̀rọ̀ Gabriel. Wá kì sí character ẹ lẹ́nu. So when another character is playing it, everybody mama sọ pé ó ń ṣe bí Gabriel. Pé àwọn lines tí mo ń kọ Òkèlè ló ní o. Ẹ mọ̀ pé bókèlè ṣe máa ń sọ̀rọ̀ ni, mo ṣe kọ́, nígbà tí ẹ ti sọ fún pé Òkèlè ló máa play gate man, mo ṣe kọ́ lines ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀. That's not how to write. So most of their writers, what are they write? Who trained them? Ṣé actors tí wọ́n lè lo writers, pay your pardon, writers náà lè lo writing tools. Although writing tools don't make a writer, but that's the first way of knowing professionalism. Tools tó wà in vogue. Final draft, cell text. How do you use? Báwo ló ṣe máa lo writing tools? There's AI. You can discuss. I discuss with AI. Hello, chat. How are you doing? Chat is my favorite. How are you doing, chat? And it's fine. Adamlo. I'm thinking of a story. Voice activation of death. What do you think about me this morning? I go bad chat. And well, from what you wrote yesterday, I'm thinking, and from the way your voice texture is sounding or your question is crafted, I feel that you are on a low this morning. Always okay. I think you are thinking about something deep about me. So I start conversing like that. Then I go. I'm thinking that I should say this on Agbaletu today because I feel that, Annie, yes, you are right. But I think the society in your country is chat with you.
The society in your country do not like your face. No, does not like
because you are in controversy. You tried it once,
yes, no.
But I don't think you've gotten to that my own level. I chat with it, and because I can use, there's a voice there. You don't chat, so you press it. You say what you want to say, and when you are done, you stop it. So when you stop it, what you have said, it brings it in words. You press it. I die low. That's the level. I don't use. I don't pay AI. AI. What I do in 3 days, 4 days, I do it in 1 hour. I do it in 1 day. I do it in 3 hours now. That's why my job is faster. Unless you understand tools, they don't understand the tools, so they are still delivering scripts in 4 weeks. And when they bring the bloody scripts, they're looking very dry. They're looking drab. The lines are, you are wondering, what is this one? kí lè lè sọ dá they don't understand. Àwọn tó sọ pé kéèyàn lọ film school, your speciality in film school is writing. You go to film school to study writing. Ẹnìkan wá kọ́ṣẹ́ 6 months or 3 years lọ́wọ́ èèyàn kan. Kò kọ́ script ní gbogbo àti wọ́n bẹ̀rẹ̀ ó kàn máa lọ screenplay. Wọ́n máa jókòó lálẹ́. A rí bàbá kan, a rí ìyá kan, àwa rí ọmọ, wọ́n máa ń rí i. That's not where you start from. Okay, let me shock you. In our Aladude, the backstory of the Ado, Dr. Ado is an Ijesha man. He's from a Catholic background. His mother is a disciplinarian. Mother àkọ́kọ́ wà ní story yẹn but nígbà tó yá afa grandma sẹ́yìn àjẹkán wá mọ́ for reasons. Just reasons of the story, not personal reasons. But did you see in that story pé Ìjẹ̀ṣà máa rí? No. But you see that the man has principle and has problems with giving money. Abi? Has cultural principles, has problem with giving money every time. Also, my lonely now. So it informs the kind of my action to my take. It's called backstory. How old is the character? Àwọn ìyàwó ló ti jẹ́, ta ni bàbá ẹ̀, ta ni ìyá ẹ̀, kí ni pedigree ẹ̀. Ẹ kàn máa díẹ̀ máa ní nínú story, a rí bàbá kan, a rí ìyá kan, writer ẹ̀ ló wá ń kọ script fún wọn. Writer ẹ̀ náà ló máa padà kọ script tó máa padà gbé lọ cinema o, tó fẹ́ gbé lọ Netflix. Ọ̀wá ló ti good náà ni. Ta ló train ẹ̀ tó fi good? That's the way you write. Writers that cannot write descriptions. Do you have your script here? Yinka, please give me your script. Give me House of Glass script. Let me show you what I mean by descriptions. Please listen to this. House of Glass, a play in one act. Darkness, full stop. The apartment is unlit. Through the window, the ambient glow of Lagos at night. The photograph of Rotimi hangs on the upstage wall, barely visible in the dark. He's smiling. He looks like a man who does not yet know what is coming. Picture here.
Not what describe it.
Picture undescribable. Faramala sits on the sofa, stage right, in the dark. She's immaculate, dressed, composed. The kind of woman who dresses for war, even when she calls it a conversation. They're already creating the kind of human being. So today I talk about walking here, only idea, Tani dresses for war, even when she thinks it's a conversation. You now dress the idiot of a costume person and director dresses that person and exposes cleavage. And you said I should enjoy that character. Because there is no description. Because this is the first thing you run with. Absolutely bereft of any creativity. Because this script, Batida, that's the source material. This script, Batida, so you are saying that they have writers. Where are the writers? Apart from the fact that the writers, and writers, more writer by you, more writer, more mi ò mọ right lẹ́yìn Sharafadeen Ọlábọ̀dé, the Aye man. He wrote some very intriguing stories. Sharafadeen Ọlábọ̀dé ló ní story yìí Ọlọ́run ò ṣe bí tí Jaiye Kuti ṣe. Mo mọ̀ ó dàbí Jaiye ló ní story yẹn tí Sharafa wá script ẹ̀ or bóyá Sharafa ló ní story yẹn from scratch. Go and see that Ọlọ́run ò ṣe bí. When Atoribewu came here, he spoke about the film, the process. Pé time yẹn lòun ṣe mo tún mọ boy craft story yẹn kí ẹnìkan lọ dóúnjẹ nù pé kò dáa kẹ́nìkan wá mú ẹran yẹn kó wá ṣá kó wá lọ fún ìyàwó ẹ̀ jẹ so wá mú ẹran wá ó mú àgbàdo sísun tó tọrọ ó mú wá. That's how wretched they were. The story went on to say that nítorí pé ó bú Ọlọ́run ó challenge Ọlọ́run so kò mọ̀ọ́re wípé ó ní olówó lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ tó sì ń fún lówó díẹ̀díẹ̀ nítorí pé òun challenge Ọlọ́run wá fẹ́ sọ àwọn olówó yẹn di ẹni ilẹ̀ kíyà lè jẹ pa. That's a deep construct of a story that tells you to be thankful in all things. In little.
Torí pé ó challenge Ọlọ́run kí a lè jẹ pa látara kéékèèké tó ń rí táwọn yẹn bá dẹni lẹ̀ tó ń bá tiẹ̀ wá rí fún mọ́.
Yes. That's the story of Ọlọ́run ò ṣe bí. That's the core story. Up story ni pé ìyàwó wa lọ àfáà kan wá rí i ó wá pé ìyàwó ẹ̀ pé kán wá ṣàdúà ìyàwó ò lè sọ fọ́kọ ó wá lọ sí hòtẹ́ẹ̀lì ó wá lòun lọ ọ̀dọ̀ màmá ní Ṣakí bí yẹn ṣe gbé e lọ sọ́dọ̀ màmá tó máa padà dé láì tó gbé lọ sí park pé kó wọkọ̀ lọ́dọ̀ màmá tí ọkọ padà délé láì ó kàn bá màmá lé ní. For 3 days kò wá sọ fún ìyàwó tí ìyàwó fi padà dé ìyàwó dé ó bá màmá lé. Why the young people scatter. So they had to bring the Afar to tell them why and all that. Wọ́n padà pé àwọn Atoribewu wà náà tó ń sọ pé torí yín lọ́lọ́run ṣe fẹ́ ṣe lé. It's thought-provoking. What kind of actor do we know Atoribewu as?
A comic actor.
A comic actor, right? But when I was privileged to be a shadow part of that production, I won't say that I was a part. I mean, about a craft story, but shadow part because it was produced for Rare Edge. And our film be Metal Mary ti Jaiye ṣe fún Rare Edge. So I was in that flow. Me meant to suggest Atoribewu fún Jaiye. And fantastic. He cut the picture. They did not write the role for Atoribewu. They were looking for someone that fit the role and found him. He still threw in. He was just being himself. And you will see that Atoribewu, even in his comment, his comedy was there, but he was acting that I saw an actor, not a comedian. But his comedy was still there. Ìtọ́ pè ní kéèyàn kọ eré nìyẹn. Ìtọ́ pè ní pé kéèyàn act nìyẹn. Ìtọ́ pè ní pé kéèyàn ṣe comedy nìyẹn. So I know what I'm talking about.
All right. So because of time, who else do you think should stay
away?
I want to be very careful. Who else
doesn't have the capacity?
Yes.
Or should go and build more capacity?
Should stay on Netflix stroke cinema, and who else do you think should just maintain?
Well, Funke should stay on Netflix cinema. Yeah? I've told you that Tony needs to go and do a lot of calibration. She's doing good stories, she's doing good films, but she needs to do the kind of films that are thought-provoking. Films do not drop tamale refers later. Yeah? Of course, Femi Adebayo is a gatebreaker. He's thinking every day. After he had done the jagun of this world, he sat and thought, I have done this. What else? He came with $7. He came with $7 and said, this is not jagun. Let's do another kind of film. Let's not be a master of jagun. He did it. And you will see from the crafting of the story, from his thought process, from the preparations. Femi is doing well. I think Odunlade Adekola should also take a step back. Odunlade Adekola should take a step back. He should step back like Toyin. Of course, if I say it's the female version, it's the male version of Toyin Abraham, and Toyin Abraham, female version, Odun. So if and I'm saying, Toyin take a step back. I didn't say leave. I said take a step back, recalibrate. Odun Adekola should also take a step back. Go not step back. Go recalibrate. Look at his stories. Sorry, we're not kidnapped. Oh, I forgot the name now. Oh, story doesn't she kidnapped. Don't fi boss lokwan we yon. I've forgotten that film now.
So Latif,
yeah, I think Latif is there. Lakatabu, thank you. What is that? Yeah, that is a topical issue. But what is Sodi Alanik Pamolekun on Netflix and cinema? Where you glorify criminality. What you glorify criminality untouchable. To back a few minutes to the end of the film. But picture ìgbádùn tó ti gbá láti ìbẹ̀rẹ̀ for the greater part ń kúrò lórí àwọn ọ̀dọ́. Wọ́n fẹ́ gbádùn yẹn. So they want to be the next criminal that is praise song. And could help wa because we have a lot of examples in our society. And that's why you see everybody wow recently láti challenge one of my boys, my guys, who drive me through Ojaba. So níbi Ojaba Marwa kan wá ṣe Lexus yẹn lẹ́yìn. So bàtà wá sún síwájú má dúró. Bàtà wá sún síwájú díẹ̀ tá fẹ́ débi màpó yẹn ibi àwọn tó máa ń ta àpò èédú yẹn àwa dúró pé káwò ká lè tètè fi brake oil nù kó tó set. Ṣẹ́mọ̀ a máa ṣí hood bonnet àwa fẹ́ mú brake oil wọ́n ti jáde wá wọ́n ti rò pé mọ́tò break down ni. So àwa ti lò tán àti parẹ́ gidi àwọn mẹ́rin wá sọ pé mọ́tò wọn ta kú ni wọ́n sanwó ọmọ ta kú o. I'm like, where did this one come from? Mọ́tò takú tó yẹ kẹ́ help. Kò ń ṣe òru o bíi past 7 tèrò sì ń lọ. So kì í ṣe pé a máa need help yín bẹ́ẹ̀ náà ní tà ní réèyàn o. So wọ́n ti jáde wọ́n ti fi aṣọ kọ́rùn wọ́n ti ń bọ̀ báyìí láti inú ilé bàbá wọn tó ti jókòó sí. Ṣé mọ́tò wọn takú èmi tiẹ̀ ti wọnú mọ́tò àti roll up window bá ṣe roll up window ni mò ń gbọ́. Wọ́n sanwó ọmọ takú o. Inú bí mi délé jọ yẹn pé look at this. So don't blame, Shari, do not blame the wealthy for not wanting to mix with the masses. It is frustrating. How do you tell me pé máa sanwó ọmọ takú? Thinking pé mọ́tò mi ti takú, so pé mọ́tò mi takú yẹn máa sanwó ọmọ máa san. Oh my days. I can't fathom it. It's because of films like this. Watch the film. Those kind of films, yeah. And ẹni yẹn máa ti ja gbogbo àdúgbò rú, ó máa ti jayé, ó máa ti gba oúnjẹ, ó máa ti gba owó, ó máa ti bẹ́yàn kan ládàá tí wọ́n sọ pé má délé ẹ̀ ní century tower yìí. At the end, 5 minutes to the end or 3 minutes sí parí, wọ́n wá ní ó jìyà iṣẹ́ ọwọ́ ẹ̀. But ẹ ti fi mental picture yẹn sí àwọn èèyàn lọ́kàn pé wàá gbádùn gan. And ṣe mọ̀ pé àwọn ọmọ wa ẹ̀ youth wa yìí wọ́n ń ronú púpọ̀, wọ́n ń ronú consequences púpọ̀. Ó kọ́kọ́ gbádùn lọ rẹ̀ náà. That's why gbogbo àwọn ọmọ ti kúrò ní ṣọ́ọ̀bù kọ́ṣẹ́. Normally tó bá lọ school ó yẹ kó kọ́ṣẹ́. Wọ́n ti ń wa mikra, wọ́n ti ń wa marwa. Why? Wọ́n fẹ́ owó ojúmọ́, wọ́n fẹ́ wa ẹran sábọ́, wọ́n fẹ́ ṣe báyìí pé káwọn tètè bẹ̀rẹ̀ iṣẹ́ yìí, káwọn lè tètè mókè, káwọn lè mọ̀ pàṣẹ. A pàṣẹ owó wa, ìyá yín fẹ́ jẹun, pàṣẹ owó wa ń bẹ̀ ọ́. Because they are seeing it in the films. And I think Odunlade Adekola won't contribute a lot Syrian culture, especially with, look at what happened. Did you see, maybe Ori Temi Okpe, but did you see the spate of crime increase when Alani Pamelekun was released? I can't really find any empirical data, but we can notice. Because that was the role model for everybody. When you make crime the model, when you make crime the model, then what can I expect?
All right. Moving on now. You at a point mentioned Eboloede and Muyiwa Ademola.
Yeah. Oh, no me do enter so here. I am bẹ̀rẹ̀ lórí baba. Alhaji Eboloede. Ṣé rí njọ́ tí wọ́n jókòó sórí chair tó sọ pé mo fẹ́ ṣe fíìmù kan. Ó dẹ̀ máa jẹ́ àṣekágbá fíìmù.
Lẹ́yìn àwọn ò fẹ́ ṣe mí mọ́.
Ẹ̀yin wá ń wá ẹni wọn fọ́dà pé owó mi ò ní àwọn story kan wà tó yẹ pé tó bá ṣe kò kúrò ní. Anything after that, diminishing returns ni. O mọ story. These are guys, people who know how to craft hits. Àwọn méjì tẹ dárúkọ yẹn. Ẹ wo hiatus Muyiwa Ademola from the big screen. Look at his hiatus. His long stay away. When he came back with Ori Rebirth, what happened? That film is perhaps the Yoruba film to stay longest in the cinema.
Rebirth.
Ori Rebirth, yes. I think 3 months it was still there. It was not perfect. I saw a lot of things. But film yẹn lọ noir. Film yẹn lọ mysticism. Film yẹn lọ spiritism. All the isms I could think of. Film yẹn wọbẹ̀ lọ. Imperfectly. Okay? So, Kame Ma sọ pé it was perfect. Because people will come out of cinema and say, ha! The story. The story is not out of this world. But the master man, because the story not is sorry, because the story to out of this world. There is no story where story everywhere. Story ti Muyiwa Ademola son Ori Rebirth everywhere. Wọ́n fẹ́ forí èèyàn kan borí èèyàn kan. It's a general story in Yoruba pantheon. But ibi tí mo ti máa ń bá Yoruba film producers jà ní, mo dẹ̀ máa ń sọ every time láti 2016 ni mo ti sọ treatment of your story. Bó ṣe títò ìtàn ẹni ṣíṣẹ̀ ń tẹ̀lé, how does it make sense? báwo ló ṣe wà enjoyable sí, báwo la ṣe gbádùn ṣíṣẹ̀ǹtẹ̀lé ẹ̀ sí. Ìyẹn ni orí fulfill, kì í ṣe pé torí pé ó jẹ́ story kan tó wà out of this world. Even Seven Doors was not out of this world. But báwo lẹ ṣe tó ṣíṣẹ̀ǹtẹ̀lé ẹ̀ sí. Àtàwọn nǹkan àti production design àtàwọn idán eré. The fact, one thing that blew me away nípa Orí Rebirth was the choice of music and the artist. He took it away from Tope Alabi, took it away from Indu, took it away from Tolu Obanro. Because now, everybody has run to Tolu Obanro now. From the guy doing sound from Anthill Studios, from me, gbogbo èèyàn ti sálọ ọ̀dọ̀ Tolu Obanro nísìn. It takes a Muyiwa Ademola to sit down and say, and the payoff, orí o, Ọlọ́run mi àgbéká. That was a powerful philosophical payoff. Wà lọ wo film yẹn, Ọlọ́run mi àgbéká. It was poetic, it was philosophical, melodious. But tó ṣorin náà deep. And I'm sure that it's coming from a place of brief. The same way tí mo fún Abọ́sẹ̀dé ní brief nígbà tá a fẹ́ ṣe Ládì rẹ̀. I was very difficult with her. Don't just give me any kini. Mi ti àwọn kan máa like orin yẹn gan torí kò tẹ́ mi lọ́rùn. Kò sọ́mọ́nà tó lè gbèjà rí. Ìṣẹ̀dé ọmọ aláṣẹ jẹ, òwòdé ọmọ aláṣẹ là, ṣèbí ká ti là, kádẹ ti kéré kò délé o, Ládì rẹ̀. Looking for new sounds. The same thing. I was not part of the selection of Taiwo Sani for Borokini. But I have a living witness in my house, my wife. We were dating at that time. Only tó máa wà ní ìta. Tó bá ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ kò sóló kó ó máa wọlé láti ta, ó máa jókòó, ó máa gbọ́ orin yẹn. Tó bá ti parí orin yẹn, ṣé òun yẹn kan bẹ̀rẹ̀ eré, ó máa bọ́ta padà. Òun wá wéré, òun wá gbọ́ orin, òun wá wo montage láti kọ orin yẹn. Òun rẹ̀ fẹ́ gbọ́ láti ta kò ní dùn. So ike ìwà ọkùnrin ò ní dùn láti ta. So máa gbọ́ láti lé láti ó máa jáde padà. That was how new the sounds were. So for Muyiwa Ademola láti lọ wá, ó ti wéré yẹn. I think one thing that also helped the flow, to help flow, enjoyability eré yẹn was the choice of that artist and the music. So give it to Muyiwa Ademola. I think he understands motion craft. Ṣé àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ tí pé mo dẹ̀ sọ ní bíbá yìí, mo sọ bóyá last show ni mo sọ bíi pé àwọn tó yẹ tó ti ní opportunity láti gbé sinimá Yorùbá débi tí àwọn ń gbé dé yìí láti lẹ̀. Muyiwa Ademola. Mo dẹ̀ sọ ẹni tó bá tóbi tó Muyiwa Ademola láyé Ògo Òṣùpá, orí kó bọ́ta kó wá sọ. The man has a knack láti create blockbusters from normal stories. Just add mysticism, add, again, a lot of imperfections, like I said, but wonderful. Ẹ̀wọ̀n nǹkan tí bàbá Ẹ̀bùn Olóyèdé náà ṣe pẹ̀lú this is film, my days. Mo review ẹ̀ ńgbà yẹn náà. Wọ́n wá bá mi ní conversation after my review. Oh my days. What's the name? Film tó ṣe ní Yorùbá, tó tún ṣe ní Gẹ̀ẹ́sì yìí. Àdìtú Ìṣọ̀kan. Àdìtú Ìṣọ̀kan. Filmed in Yoruba, filmed in English. I had a conversation with him. Ìgbà yẹn orí ẹ̀rọ rédíò kan ni mo tí máa ṣe show. Mo feature as a guest. Mo ṣe máa ń wá bí. So ẹni ẹ̀ ń ṣe a whole lot. So it was a segment nínú ẹ̀. So mo á review ẹ̀. He had and I think ó dà pé mo tún write. Bàtà pàdé, we had a conversation about it. But I know jẹ́ kí n mọ àwọn challenges táwọn ní, àwọn tí ń yà fún bóyá ọdún 5 àbọ̀ ọdún 10 and all that. These are people who, tẹ́ bá dẹ̀ wo trajectory wọn, He has a knack for creating stories, normal stories. Abela Pupa was a normal Ogbowo stories now, like he was in kí ni nǹkan tí àwọn guys yìí wá tún yà yìí nísìnyìí táwọn rapsi náà wá tún yà níbi Ogbowo yìí nísìnyìí.
Rattlesnake.
No.
Not Rattlesnake.
Why do I forget this title?
No, not Rattlesnake.
Wow. It was Ramsey Nouah's debut directing.
Direct, yeah.
Kí ni mo fẹ́ fi title film yìí ṣe báyìí o? Wọ́n kọ́kọ́ ṣe yẹn, àwọn kan wá ṣe Glamour Girls. Oh my days, what do I want to do? Kọ́ tó wá ṣe Rattlesnake yẹn. Tàwọn Kanayo tí Swange wà nú ẹ̀. Oh my days. Ṣé rí nǹkan tí mo ń sọ nípa titles? I know the film, but now I don't remember the title. So Ogbowo issue is a general title yẹn sá lọ ni o. It's a general discussion. But look at what he did with Abela Pupa.
Living in bondage.
Living in bondage. God bless you. How did I living in bondage, breaking free. These are normal stories. But everyone got to say, when you call us Abela to you look at that. These are just novelty things. Mr. Money, and he has a knack for titles. Titles that will sell. Not all these titles. Another person that I think should go to cinema. And the cinema is a Yewande Famaki. Yewande Famaki, I think Yewande Famaki might need a lot of collaboration. Titles are running away from me. Timaja Dembi si ma rántí. Film tó ṣe pẹ̀lú Gabriel tó yí lórí àkìtàn. Outrage cinema. Wow. Kó tó wá ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ ICK nísìnyí. These are she has a knack for putting together stories, putting together productions with a little help. These are people tó yẹ kí wọ́n fẹ́ ṣe strong stories, but they want to do serious stories. Toyin should take a step back.
All right. Itele strong on YouTube. Ibrahim Biakini.
Yes.
Bimbo Ademoye too.
Yes.
Do you think they should attempt?
Itele should just stay on his YouTube. Frankly speaking, I have no apologies. I've seen his President Kuti Akini orúkọ
Kekole Osho.
No. The one he brought to cinema. Kesari. What was that? Mo ṣe ń béèrè question and káwọn audience náà máa dá mi lóhùn náà. Everybody saw these films now. What was that? Was that a film? It was a serious film. Tó máa lọ cinema. Tí máa kó. Do you know how much a cinema ticket is now? 6,000, 7,000, 6,500. Now carry that. Oh yeah, tí bá fi bí 5,000 kún, máa ṣe a sizable pot of stew. Check it ṣí fún yín. Rodo 500, tomato 500, àlùbọ́sà 200 naira. Èló ni ẹ? That's 1,200. Máa ẹja 3,000. Yeah, that is alaran 3,500. I do a size mara ẹran 100 naira. 1,000. Kékeré or 1,500. Máa epo ògo kan. I do a sizable pot of stew. Yes, everybody. What would I do a sizable pot of stew? That's my own Maggi. So my own gari agolo kan náà nínú ẹ̀. So my own way do 200 naira. No. Nínú 7,000 naira ticket here. I take it to come and see one visual constipation. No. My candid opinion. Sherry, Itele's brand of entertainment is for the street. The cinema is not for the street. Cinema is for the bourgeois. Okay? It's for there's some, and if more, well, there are stories of the streets in the cinema.
It's like gangs of Lagos.
Gangs of Lagos. But look at the handling, yeah? What was that in Kesari? There were philosophical angles. Not whoa! What was that? Kí ni yẹn? Ó dùn mí bí tá lọ yẹn o. Tó ti bá wà lórí rédíò tí máa ń sọ̀rọ̀, máa sọ pé some films I should just not bring them to radio. Otherwise, when I step on the street, people will stone me with axes and cutlasses. Because my comments will not be good. I can't review case. How do you want me to review that? Mr. Dele Adeyanju, please tell me, what do you want me to review in that Kesari?
I'm not asking you to review Kesari.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm only asking you because no, there is always room for improvement, even if the
No, I don't see any room for improvement.
Really?
I don't. He needs to go and train for cinema from the scratch. I'm sorry. As a matter of fact, I'm not sorry. No, I'm not sorry. I like him. He's a good guy. As a paderio, I was asked to come and see the agent who was running my house. Was barrister Law Bisheson, black and white law firm. So him and Ati Tunde Brenard. So they drove me there, and we had a conversation with Law Bisheson, with their influence, with my presence, everybody. We had a jolly good conversation. So wọ́n ṣe mí lóore.
Afin low.
No, kò fún mi lówó.
Okay.
Ó ṣe mí lóore. Oore tó dẹ̀ ṣe mí náà mo ti sọ ẹ̀. However, yẹn ò ní sọ pé kí n má sọ what is key. YouTube gbọ́lẹ̀ ó gbọ́lẹ̀. Bẹ́ẹ̀ni, YouTube CD ó gbọ́lẹ̀ ó gbọ́lẹ̀. You want to do a film that I want to carry 7,000 naira to go and see. 7,000 yẹn Ìbàdàn ni o. Bẹ́ẹ̀ 10,000 ní Lẹ́kọ̀ọ́. Ẹ má dẹ̀ gbàgbé o, tó bá máa lọ wo sinimá Lẹ́kọ̀ọ́, owó ọkọ̀ yẹn máa fẹ́ ju owó tíkẹ́ẹ̀tì lọ o. Ẹ má gbàgbé owó rìtéèlì o. Èyí ó gbọ́ ọmọ lọ sinimá, ó ra gúgúrú. Ọkùnrin wo lẹ́rí tí ń dá lọ sinimá tí ìbá ṣe obìnrin lọ́wọ́ lọ. Pàápàá jùlọ Lẹ́kọ̀ọ́. Ó gbọ́mọ lọ, yóò jẹ gúgúrú tí ò bá jẹ hot dog. Ìbá lójú kòkòrò, yóò jẹ ṣàwámà. Ṣé ti rí owó retail? Ó sì wọ́n Lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ jù Ìbàdàn lọ. Ká tó wá sanwó ticket. So tó bá yẹ pé ó gbé ọkọ̀ rẹ lọ ni ó rèpo sí. Ó kò nú hold up. Traffic. Bó gbọ́kọ̀ lọ, ó wọ boot. Ó kọ́kọ́ lọ jọmọ nlé, yóò bá sùn lé rẹ lálẹ́ òun. Ó já nlé, ó wà gbọ́dọ̀ tiẹ̀ lọ. Àfi tó bá yẹ pé tó bá já nlé, ó wà bọ́lẹ̀, ó wà gun kadà lọ lé rẹ̀. Whichever one, yóò ná lówó. You must be giving me some very upscale film, not Kesari. Yeah. In all ramifications, ní gbogbo ọ̀nà pátápátá, mo ṣe ń Bímbadé Moyè, fantastic actor, mo ti sọ nbí. Actor tó dáa, tí grade ẹ̀ wọ cinema ni. Dáadáa. Mo ti rí àwọn eré. Mo ti rí àwọn eré tó ṣe fún YouTube. But nínú èrò tèmi, mo ṣe feel wípé you still need to observe a little bit more. But mo gbàgbọ́ pé tó bá ṣeré fún cinema, tó bá really plan láti ṣeré fún cinema, ó máa ṣe dáadáa.
Eniola Ajao.
That one doesn't have a business in the cinema. With what's that film now? Ajakaju. Well, of course, she's from the same block as Odolade Adekola. I don't think her acting has a place. I don't think that is acting at all. She has a fine face. right? Plastic delivery. My own opinion. Plastic delivery. The only thing she has going for her is her fine face. That's admirable. I don't think she has talent, let alone developing it to skill.
Really?
That's my opinion. That's my opinion. I have said that my opinion mi ò kìí ṣe sacrosanct. Opinion mi ò kìí ṣe end. Opinion mi ò kìí ṣe nǹkan tí èèyàn máa mú tó máa lọ kọ pé ó yá Tolu Fagbure ti sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ máa act. Èmi kọ́ ni producer tó máa pè náà. She can't sell anything. Oya put Eniola Ajao on the poster. Oya put her there. Even with her fine face, Oya put her on the poster. The way you will put Kehinde Bankole on the poster, or put Tony on the poster, or put even Mide Martins on. Mide Martins is a better actor. One of the most underrated actors in the Yoruba film industry is Mide Martins. Why? Because she has made herself scatter up and down. She has conditioned herself to a shouting person. And they will now say she's no nonsense. Chai! Ó dà kó ṣe fíìmù kan pẹ̀lú Paso. Tí Paso ti ṣe olórin tó ti wá ṣe ìyàwó ẹ̀ tó wá ṣe troublesome wife. Yeah, character yẹn sit well into a shouting character. But you will see that, I forgot who the director of that film is or what the title is, but you will see that the role crafted well into her. And then other things, ó ṣe film called 33, tó ti pé ó dà pé 33 tó yẹ pé kò lọ́kọ. And she's material films tó yẹ pé Mide Martins, she didn't need to shout. She wasn't shouting. She was acting. So I think she's one underrated actor because she's in the shouting league. But take the shouting away from her, find a director that will work with her. And this man, this lady has a lot of potentials in her. And Ajao, èmi ò rí talent yo. Sorry, gone. And look at it. You will see it now in the volume of iṣẹ́ tó ń ṣe. How many people are calling her? Even in that Abeokuta circle. Even nínú Abeokuta circle yẹn. Téèyàn bá good, wọ́n máa lò pa ni. So, my own opinion is her affinity, and when I say affinity, a friendship or a closeness, or bóyá kọ́ṣẹ́ lọ́dọ̀ ọdún he just found a way to put her in everybody's face. So, and when he puts her in everybody's face in a lot of films, she's in everybody's face. But immediately, tí ọdún ò ráyè tiẹ̀ mọ́, what happened? Because Ọdún had to move. And that's the problem with also levels. When you move to a point and you don't have the requisite skill, the person moving will leave you. The world will leave you where you are. And ẹ máa pè wá yàtọ̀ fún kádàrá o. Kádàrá àwọn kan bẹ́ẹ̀. Ṣebí àmọ́ èèyàn ló sọ pé uncle Yẹmísọ́ládé trouble wọn pọ̀, wàhálà wọn pọ̀, issue wọn pọ̀, kíní kan pọ̀, uncle wa dáadáa. Uncle Yẹmí dáadáa. Wọ́n sọ̀rọ̀ pé wọ́n. Uncle Yẹmísọ́ládé máa kí fún ẹ lọ́wọ́ báyìí, ẹ pé action. That switch is fantastic. Ẹ kàn pé action. Ẹ̀rù máa bà ẹni, tó bá kéré dálẹ̀. So also, this our same uncle Yomi Fashlanso. These are cinema standard actors. Ẹ̀rẹ̀ máa rí gbogbo àwọn talented uncles yìí náà sọ pé ní wàhálà. Because they have Uncle Yomi Fashlanso. Rumor has it that if you give him a script, if you tell him, Uncle, I need two scenes, and kọ́kọ́ ṣe sùúrù lórí two scenes. Kọ́kọ́ send me the script. Tó bá ti ka script, and owó tó yẹ fi ṣe fíìmù yìí. Why to try business me? A ṣàlàyé fún ẹ di. Ó ti gbó sí ìfẹ́ pé a béèrè lọ́wọ́ ibi tó fẹ́ tà sí. A hẹ́pẹ́ bó fẹ́ tà sí, bá lè fẹ́ tà. Ta ló máa ra ilé? Ta ló máa ṣe kíní kan? Ó ṣe lọ́ fi ṣe bread selling. tàbí tó bá ṣí bá ó fi ó máa tó bá roll over yìí owó yìí over time ní bá ó máa roll over rẹ̀ má lọ fi ṣe fíìmù ìwà tẹ̀ fíìmù gbogbo àfiẹ́lẹ̀ wà á move on but òun ní carry him on torí kò ní ṣe it's principled. Wọ́n mọ̀ pé àwọn ṣiṣẹ́ tó bá dẹ̀ máa ṣiṣẹ́ sinimá òun láti yọṣẹ́ wèrè lẹ̀ tó bá dẹ̀ máa bá wọn ṣe kò ní pọ̀ wà á kàn máa appear tó bá máa ṣiṣẹ́ YouTube wà láti understand pé iṣẹ́ YouTube yẹn ó láti scale up náà kì í ṣe iṣẹ́ tiẹ̀ mú mi sí.
YouTube náà ní levels àlẹ́.
Ó ní levels o ó ní levels ìfẹ́ kan fẹ́ máa dárúkọ àwọn èèyàn kan bí I will make a lot of enemies if I do that.
You already have so many enemies.
I know.
In fact, wọ́n máa ju òkúta ń sìn tàbá máa fi parí.
Ó yé mi ó mọ̀ ìdálé àwọn darlings wọn tí mo ti dárúkọ ẹ̀ but well if people look at it dispassionately wọ́n máa ní but eléyìí tẹ́tù bí mi tẹ́tù bí mi yìí ọmọ wọ húdìrì àfi kí lọ paint ara mi rìn tí bá sọ àwọn ẹ̀ ṣé ẹ mọ̀ pé my guy is here, Yinka. For 2-3 weeks, I've not been able to review film on my show Flow. Because I don't know what film to review. So, we can have discussion. I'm just taking it easy. I think Akiola Kao is also doing well on YouTube. I saw those his films, Abokulo, Ibuika. Wonderful films. I think it is in Ebuika ni ó ṣe kíní kan tó dùn mọ́ mi nínú. Àwa tá à ń ṣe fíìmù la jẹ́ kí àwọn ará diaspora àtàwọn ọmọ wọn kàn máa wálé. Pé tá ẹ bá ti fi nǹkan sọ́wọ́ ẹbí ó jókòó tí wọ́n jẹ́ tán wọ́n rùn yín wọ́n ṣògùn sí yín ni. However, in Ebuika, I want to be very sure it's Ebuika, not Abokulo. In Ebuika, wọ́n pa bàbá ẹ̀ ó sá lọ àwọn ẹbí wa keep ogún ẹ̀ wọ́n keep ogún property bàbá wọn eventually ó dàgbà nígbà tó wá ṣe tán wọ́n ní trust fund tó fi kàwé and all that nígbà tó wá ṣe tán bàbá ọmọọba Túndé Ọdúnládé ló play role olórí ẹbí yẹn wọ́n mú wá lé bàbá ẹ̀ wọ́n ti daṣọ bo owó síìtì yẹn wọ́n hand over kọ́kọ́rọ́ lé bàbá ẹ̀ fún àtàwọn properties bàbá ẹ̀ wípé ẹbí sọ pé ó ti tójú bọ́ gẹ́gẹ́ bí bàbá ẹ̀ náà sì ṣe kọ́lẹ̀ ní will kàgbé fún ẹ̀ wọ́n tún wá fi very nice dramatic sí ẹni tó tẹ̀lé bàbá yẹn wá wọ́n ní pé nígbà tó ń wá wọlé yẹn wọ́n ní kí ni plumbing kan òun ṣe so òun wá lọ check ẹ̀ ó lọ wo gbónú lé pé nǹkan tó ń check ni pé òun rí pé kí ni plumbing yẹn wọ́n máa check ẹ̀ kó so kó mú yàn wá kó wá wò so oh no kò sí nǹkan tá a fẹ́ fi ogún ẹ̀ ṣe ogún bàbá ẹ̀ ni ìwọ ló ní. That was I'm telling Akiola Kao that was brilliant. Good film. So I think it's also a guy to watch out for. I think Akin is a chap to watch out for. Without any equivocation, I think he will make great films. And I think mo rò pé tó bá fi ọkàn sí, ó sì ń gbìyànjú náà láti lè now. Yeah, he's not a bad filmmaker. Shenanigans here and there, but he has not been a bad filmmaker. You can't roll with Red Edge and be a bad filmmaker. No, you can't. You can't do that. You can have other shenanigans, but you won't tell stupid stories. You won't. Otherwise, if Aki tells stupid stories, and I stand here to say he tells stupid stories, then it means that I don't know what I'm doing. That I have failed as well. It means we have failed at Rare Edge too. That's why Damilola Oni will never do bad stories. The stories might not be perfect. Have you seen? Tẹ́lẹ̀tẹ́lẹ̀, mo máa ń sọ pé in the Yoruba film industry, not general film, in Yoruba film industry, we have male actors and female celebrities. Let me say that again. In the Yoruba film industry, I used to say that we have male actors, àwọn ọkùnrin tó lè ṣeré, and female celebrities, àwọn obìnrin tó jẹ́ ìlú mọ̀ọ́ká.
Tí wọ́n mèrè ṣe.
Wọ́n mọ̀ ṣe. Èèyàn kan tí mo lè single out of them is Faith Abalogun Williams.
Àwọn mèrè ṣe. Àti Jaiye ńkọ́.
That's my friend.
Ọlọ́mọ ẹ̀ kí àfikún mi sí problem.
That's my friend.
Mo ṣe gbọ́ yẹn.
That's my friend.
But we issue to
That's my friend. Jaiye is a good producer. One, Jaiye can be a very good actor. JK can be a very good actor. But she has not been blessed with directors that have sense to sit with her. Go and wo Igbo Kadara tí Jaiye ṣe. There's a part she was shedding tears. Ó wà nínú àwọn films Igbo Kadara, Ọmọlàkejì, Ọlọ́run Òṣèbí, I think those 3 films. Then Afin, the 4 films. But go and take out that Igbo Kadara. There was a time she was crying. She was okay, Jaiye can act too. Jaiye can act too. But báwo ni director náà ṣe ń lò wọ́n? Kí ni director? Mo sọ fún Jaiye ńjọ́ kan, ibi tẹ́ ti máa mọ̀ pé Jaiye understand nǹkan tó ń ṣe. JK understands what she's doing, àti Jaiye ẹ mọ̀ nǹkan tẹ́ ń ṣe. Mo ní JK, mo ti sọ fún wọn níṣojú wọn, so mo lè sọ lẹ́yìn wọn. Ẹ máa ṣe fíìmù tẹ́ ti máa pariwo jù. Tẹ́ máa ṣe fíìmù tèmi. Role tí mo fẹ́ kọ fún yín. You will not talk from the beginning to the end, and you will be the lead.
Non-speaking.
Last scene, lẹ ti máa sọ̀rọ̀. Ó di lẹ máa ṣe. Ṣé mo kàn Jaiye sọ? Next, Jaiye ní, a jẹ́ pé o ti lówó gan-an nìyẹn. Ọmọ mi sọ sí kámẹ́rà pé ẹ mọ nǹkan tẹ́ ń ṣe. Jaiye dá mi lóhùn, JK dá mi lóhùn pé owó ẹ ti pọ̀ gan-an nìyẹn. See, Tito, let me now give you, when I brought when Babu call to teach ní Ajao Crowther University, mo wá ní kí Uncle Tọ́pẹ́ Adébáyọ̀ kọ́ bá mi ṣe interactive session pẹ̀lú àwọn students. Náà sọ pé I went to Uncle Dele Odule. I said, sir, don't act for me. Please, perform for me. Uncle Dele was fine. You want me to perform? Okay, I'll perform. $7. I go back to $7. That was a performance. Especially ibi tó ti lọ dinner agbọ́pa ẹ̀. Àti ẹ mọ̀ wọlé mi o. Performance ò tí dé àdé níbi tó fẹ́ gbógun jẹ. Gbogbo appearances Dele Odule ní ọmọọba Dele Odule ní $7 was a hit back to back. But that scene tó ti stop agbọ́pa ẹ̀ as a classic performance. Sàwọn ọmọ nǹkan tó ń ṣe. Ogun ọmọ nǹkan tó ń ṣe. And by the way, please don't belittle what Dele Odule has done over time. Láti ìgbà tó ti ṣe Lákúnlé. Láti apá ti jábọ́ o Jésù. Agùnbánirọ̀ òun àti Mojíọláyà. Ṣé kẹ́ lè mọ̀ pé consumer ni mí tipẹ́tipẹ́. Dele Odule has always been an actor. That's why ìgbà tí mo review House of God, tí mo wá sọ pé Femi Branch, quintessential acting, pé this is Femi Branch's acting in a long time. That acting was JK wá dá mi lóhùn wípé Femi has always been a good actor. Mo kàn rẹ́rìn-ín. Ṣé mi ni JK sọ fún? láyé ìwà lẹ́wà ọmọ ènìyàn ìwà lọ́ba àwúre òkò èrè sí ọmọ wòyíra kó má bà rẹrú kẹrú. That film is titled ìwà lẹ́wà. Uncle Túndé Láòyè ló direct ẹ̀. Kabira Kafidipe ló dà kó produce ẹ̀, or Aisha Kafidipe, one of the Kafidipes produced it. Femi Branch acting in ìwà lẹ́wà was suave. But acting wọn ẹ̀. So ṣé mi ni wọ́n wá sọ èmi dẹ́gbẹ́ consumers níbi. So I know. So tí n bá sọ pé that is acting in a long time. Mo mọ̀ nǹkan tí mo sọ. Láàárín ìwà lẹ́wà àti House of God, there is an interregnum of acting fún Uncle Femi. Interregnum yẹn ti pọ̀ jù jàre. Ṣé àwọn performances tán ṣe nínú the game àbí kíní kan àwọn fíìmù àwọn kan tí wọ́n lọ ń jí owó tán àwọn performances kùnkùn tán yẹn wọ́n act. Acting tó ṣe ní House of God, that was a performance. Did you see that it's falling down? When his son came to that was a performance. That's it. Nígbà tó ọmọ ẹ̀ kú ẹ. That was a performance. I know what I'm saying. The last time I saw Femi Branch in that performance, that kind of performance, was ìwà lẹ́wà ọmọ ènìyàn. Early 2000s. Uncle Túndé Láòyè directed. And Uncle Túndé Láòyè ní wọ́n wà lórí àwọn productions, MTN adverts. I don't remember now whether as a producer or as a director. So look at that, what he's bringing in. So when I'm Timba analyze, Uncle Túndé Láòyè Yusuf máa ń pàṣà kan wá ní ààfin ilẹ̀kùn yẹn orílẹ̀ oríta mo rí street mo rí academics mo rí àwọn tí wọ́n ń ṣe academics tí wọ́n ń ṣe street.
Ronke Odùsànyà.
My own opinion nípa Ronke Odùsànyà is I don't know why. I think they find one man ní way láti stifle. Okay, yes, I take that back. That's another actor. Ṣé àwọn ọmọ sọ pé female celebrities, yes. Then Faith Abalogun, then Ronke Odùsànyà. That's one person that can act, but she seldom does. She's in the bandwagon. And the Kotiko can join bandwagon. Tó bá ń ṣeré, àwọn méjì ni young ladies. Damilola Oni. If you call her into another film or her film, she doesn't join the bandwagon. She's acting. Then Ọ̀rẹ́. Torí ọ̀rẹ́ ni wọ́n, Aṣábí.
Okay.
Yétúndé Àlàbí. I just want someone to please cast her in a role that she doesn't have to say Yoruba tí kò ní àmúlùmọ́lá. I've seen her in a couple of roles tó jẹ́ pé kì í ṣe Yoruba pọ́nbélé, but I just want people to use her more. That's another powerful. Have you seen her latest film, Ishipo? Her latest effort, Ishipo. That was fantastic. Ishipo was a very good one. So these are good guys, you know. It's that Jaikuti thing that I really threw me off balance. But I think I found a way to deflect it. No trouble.
I didn't discuss with me Toriola at all. Maybe in the
in the first sorry.
Okay.
The first appearance I did say mo sọ now mo sọ sí Facebook tó dìjà. Mo believe pé Wumi Toriola dáa ju Funke, so ẹ jẹ́ kí n sọ dé sí báyìí ní face mi pẹ̀lú ẹnu mo kọ́ ni nígbà yẹn ó dìjà gan comment pọ̀ gan so ẹ jẹ́ kí n sọ pẹ̀lú ẹnu sí my own opinion. Ìgbà yẹn àwọn kan sọ kí n má compare actors and I said who are the people talking How do you do review, criticism, analysis, and there is no comparison? So what are you analyzing? Tó bá ṣe research, tó bá ní eworo tó lè gbé, eworo ló gbé ní inú iná láìsí fan. Wàá fi eworo sí inú iná láìsí fan. Wàá fi eworo sí inú iná tó ní fan. Wàá fi eworo sí inú ilé tí kò ní iná tó ní fan. Wàá fi eworo sí inú ilé tí kò ní iná tí kò ní fan. Nígbà tí a bá kọ report, ẹ wá sọ pé a rò pé eworo tó wà inú ilé tó ní iná tó ní fan ó ṣe báyìí. Eworo tó wà ní inú ilé tí ó ní iná tí kò ní fan ó ṣe báyìí. Eworo tó wà ní inú ilé tí kò ní iná tí kò ní fan ó ṣe báyìí. Eworo tó wà ní ilé tó ní iná tí kò ní iná tó ní fan ó ṣe báyìí. So with this viewpoint of mine, mo lè sọ pé eworo kò lè gbé láì ní iná àti fan. How do you analyze without comparison? Because àwọn èèyàn kàn máa lanu, wọ́n kàn máa sọ̀rọ̀, you don't compare. Why do you have to compare? How do you analyze?
Wọ́n lè fẹ́ dájàlẹ̀.
Mi ò dájàlẹ̀, mo ṣiṣẹ́ tèmi. Tọ́wọ́ lè fẹ́ lọ jà. Problem tí wọ́n nìyẹn.
Wọ́n ní pé èwo lẹ́yìn God ti ṣe rí. Àwọn kan tó máa ń kọ́.
Fantastic. Mo ti ṣe inú ọgbà. Right? Mo ṣe short film. Okay, if they want to hear. Mo ṣe short film tó jẹ́ olórùka. Mo kàn fi fíìmù yẹn ṣeré ọwọ́ ni. Ọlọ́run mo fi ṣeré ọwọ́ ni. Gbogbo àwọn tájọ yà ní ọdún 2019 wọ́n mọ̀ gan fi ṣeré ọwọ́ ni. Kò ṣe serious production. Ó dẹ̀ jẹ́ AMA selection fún 2020. AMA is African Movie Academy Awards. Eggheads lọ dúró síbẹ̀ àmọ́ fíìmù yà for a language film fíìmù tí mo yà ń Yorùbá tí mo dẹ̀ lo fresh actor tí ó act fíìmù rí who was my girlfriend at that time and my wife now. Because film yẹn tó bá yẹn toast ọmọ tó bá dẹ̀ ló ní aspiration láti ṣe film so mo ṣe film pé okay a lè jẹ́ kí career yẹn kó lọ sókè and láti prove àwọn proving kan. So okay, I shot that film and that's why I gave her the film was 20 minutes 20 seconds. The last 6 minutes of the film she was the only one speaking. Nígbà tó dẹ̀ sọ fún àwọn ẹni wow wọ́n á ṣe lọ wò pé 6 minutes ló máa fi sọ̀rọ̀ ní last scene yìí lóòótọ́. A máa mú as mo jókòó síwájú Túndé Kèlání, síwájú Fẹ́mi Odùgbèmí, síwájú Jane Madu Egbuna of Afin Nolly. Mo dẹ̀ lọ pitch for Cinema for Change project. Inú 150 directors top pitch. Mo wà lára àwọn 10 tí wọ́n mú lọ́dún 2014 lórí Afin Nolly Ford Foundation Cinema for Change project. Mo dẹ̀ shoot film My Brother's Keeper. Mo ya inú ọgbà ní ọdún 2017. Mo release ẹ̀ ní January 2018. Review sọ wípé this film reminds us of a mainframe production. Tí mi ò sọ̀rọ̀. Mo sọ pé báwo ni àwọn èèyàn ṣe máa mú fíìmù mi my first commercial film. That was my first commercial film. Báwo ni ẹ máa mú fíìmù mi tán máa fi wé fíìmù Túndé Kèlání kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀ náà? Igi mú jìnnà sórí so mi ò sọ̀rọ̀ mi ò comment mi ò down irú àrífín dáadáa ò ní ẹ máa fi fíìmù mi wé fíìmù Túndé Kèlání. What I'm saying is bàbá yẹn wà ń bíbà mo wà ní abẹ́ ibì kan ní now. Ẹnìkan wá sọ pé just say thank you. Hello sir. My own opinion, Inú Ọgbà was imperfectly done. Yes, Inú Ọgbà was imperfectly done. Imperfectly done. Yes, if I did Inú Ọgbà again, a lot of things I would do differently. But review at that time, compare that show, that film, with mainframe productions. Come on. Lẹ́yìn yẹn mo ti bá ọ̀rẹ́ mi kan direct ọ̀gá. Funny script, but I found a way to salvage it. Ká tó wá sọ pé mo wà ní consulting level, mo wà ní management level, board level for shows like Borokini, for shows like Ajirebi, mo wà lórí directing Ládìrẹ. Èmi ni director tó open láti rẹ̀, èmi ni director tó close ẹ̀. The executive producer told me, Afin, you will open and you will close. There's a reason. I'm sorry, with this viewpoint of mine, ká má ka stage plays o.
Ìyẹn ló pọ̀ jù.
Ká má wulẹ̀ ká má ka script mo ti kọ, ká má ka consultancies, story consultancies that my name was never on credit. Just give me money. Ká má ka shadow writing. Torí nínú industry pé there is shadow writing, you write, someone else takes the credit, you just take the money. So let's leave that story. Everybody should just, and then àwọn èèyàn tó bá ti rí èèyàn téèyàn ń ṣe film ní mainstream, wọ́n fi pé níyẹn ò useful. Àwọn tó bá tó bẹ́ẹ̀ náà àwọn tó ń ṣe film kọ́ máa bọ̀ corporate media. Gbogbo àwọn tó ń ṣe film tó bá ti tó bẹ́ẹ̀, you understand corporate media now. Kọ́ máa bọ̀ corporate media, kọ́ wá ṣe advertising, kọ́ wá ṣe television commercial. Fẹ́yàn tó wà ní òyìnbó, kọ́ wá máa sọ fún mi wípé mo ṣe commercial fẹ́yàn kan tó wà ní òyìnbó. Iléeṣẹ́ yẹn wà ní Nàìjíríà. Mo pe commercial in the place of happiness. Look for me on Facebook, look at my video. Mo post ẹ̀ síbẹ̀, mo pe commercial in the place of happiness. Àǹtí yẹn wà nílùú òyìnbó. Iléeṣẹ́ yẹn wà ní Nàìjíríà, care home kan ní Ìbàdàn ní Nífẹ̀lẹ́lẹ̀. Mo shoot ẹ̀. She said she's targeting people who are in the UK who have parents in Nigeria. So they played it on certain television channels in the UK. People, it was just a simple, I'm not saying it is an out-of-the-world TV commercial, but it was just a simple, I can share your TV commercial, budget management, TV commercial. And she said she played it. And they asked, are you sure you shot this in Nigeria? It was a Nigerian that shot this? Yes. So, I mean, let's not talk about other documentaries. So let's not talk about UN documentaries. Let's not talk about Emma Jekasoro radio drama, Awarawa, Tashefu Search for Common Ground. There's so many works. So tell your coach film, doesn't mean that the person is not working.
So if it did before
yeah.
You are saying in your own opinion, Toriola
is better than Funke Akindele, Mercy Aigbe Adeoti, and Toyin Abraham put together as an actor. And I dare say, as a filmmaker, excuse her inanities. There's some foolishness in some area of filmmaking which to female-centric. And the films are female-centric. I think they are trying to disabuse the male gaze theory in Laura Mulvey's postulation. Laura Mulvey's postulation looks for male gaze. B, actually lo àwọn obìnrin nínú cinema, male gaze. I think one she seductive material, object of pleasure. So one way to disabuse that is to give women strong characters and all that. One way is to also make the men the object of pleasure and all that. So I think without knowing, they are also trying to play that theory, and one she not she yalode, not she labake olododo, but they are not true to life. Báwo you should break theory yẹn kọ́ ẹ̀. Wọ́n ṣe break theory yẹn bí wọ́n lọ sínú character to one in history. So my own opinion is, apart from the fact that Wunmi Toriola is doing all that thing that is not culturally sensitive, look at her Queen Latifah. I think she's doing better productions. And I think she's the wisest of them. And I'll tell you why. Nígbà tó ṣe Queen Latifah, did you see her name as producer? No. Ó mọ̀ pé òun ní capability yẹn. Ó hire Judith Audu. And did you see her direct? No. Did she call anybody to come and direct in the usual people? No. Ó pe Adéwùmí o. Captain Dexy bàbá mi ṣe lé ẹni tó understand filmmaking yẹn mi mọ̀ ṣe Judith mọ̀ ṣe wá produce Captain Dexy mọ̀ direct wá direct ẹ jẹ́ kí mi act go and look at her acting in Queen Latifah. Fantastic acting, fantastic story too. Not perfect as usual. Nothing is perfect. But my own opinion, it's better than all of them.
All right. At this point, ẹ jẹ́ ká break it
Oda.
because we are close to 3 hours now. Yes.
Wahoo.
Yes. We are close to 3 hours.
Oh, gagon.
So, diets were for July, Lele.
Okay.
Because we'll be coming once
in a month.
in a month. So this is our July diet. July 2026.
That.
So if you've enjoyed Afin, that's Tolu Fagbure today. I saw anything like come up, which is one in the past. Criticism, a bit constructive criticism, woman had during the mobile critique.
Yes.
But Tolu Fagbure ni kekara mo kan se mi. Tolu Fagbure
what's the man pay me? So back also pay me.
Tolu Fagbure understands the business of filmmaking and he knows what he's saying anytime he's talking about film production and theater. Me, so now, Tolu Fagbure, call your phone number and your account numbers to you so that people can someone else share anything.
Wọ́n ṣe o, mo dúpẹ́ o, mo dúpẹ́ wọ́n ṣe o, so ẹ kọ́ pé yẹn 321.
Ìyẹn ló important.
Ìyẹn wá important o. Èmi ò fọ́ọ̀mù ránù, fọ́ọ̀mù ló bára dé. I try to do that. I do it to appreciate. I do it.
Support here. I
love you all. Thank you all for doing it for me. Thank you. I appreciate it. A cupboard there, a penny there, makes the money bank grow big. So it's 321 560 80 34. 321 560 80 34. It's First Bank of Nigeria. Emmanuel Tolulope Fagbure ló wà lórí ẹ̀. Phone number mi 0803 807 8723. 0803 807 8723. Ire.
It's a wrap.